consecutive win. Cincinnati hosts red-hot Temple. The Owls on a 10-game winning streak. But all morning here, we have been playing will he or won't he? Senior point guard Pepe Sanchez of Temple injured his left ankle against Dayton earlier this week. Coach John Chaney wanted to leave him out of the game. He worked out a short time ago. Clearly, it's a different team with him in the game. Brad Doherty, John had to show his hand 10 minutes ago. What did he decide?
Quite a bit of gamesmanship going on here in Cincinnati, Brent. Coach Chaney, the past couple of days in the paper, had said that Pepe Sanchez probably would not play. I spent 20 minutes with him before the game. He said he didn't think he would play either. Lo and behold, Pepe Sanchez is starting today. He has a high ankle sprain in the left foot, but he's got a heart of a warrior. He's come to play today.
Yeah, Brad, and Dick Vitale, he was moving well.
He really did. You watched him in the warm-ups. It was a comfort zone. He was moving. He was shooting well. He had good bounce. They need him on the floor. He's their floor general. John Chaney would not take a chance and really jeopardize the big picture and play this young guy if he thought he was injured. He looks fine. They need him. And they're a different team, Brent, with him on the floor.
Even with him, they got their hands full in this building.
Well, yeah, because you're talking about a team that's won 42 in a row here. They're unbelievable. Kenyon Martin, my choice as National Player of the Year, is a dominator on the inside. It's mandatory today for Temple to make the three-point shot. That means Karcher, Greer, and Wadley have to shoot the three and shoot it well. And the distributor, the guy that makes it happen, Pepe Sanchez. I think we're going to have a great game here.
We've got another premier matchup. Mark Karcher of the Temple Owls. He is averaging better than 15 points a game, 10th in the Atlantic 10, up against one of the finest defensive players in the country, Pete Michael, out of Rock Island, Illinois, the 6'6" senior. So keep an eye on that one. We've got a veteran officiating crew, and why not? This is a revenge matchup. Temple ousting Cincinnati by 10 in Boston in the second round last year. The third straight second round NCAA tournament loss for the Bearcats. So our officials for this one are big time. Tim Higgins, Larry Limbo, and Bob Donato. And we get ready to go. The Temple Owls in their traveling dark uniforms.
My friends, we're going to have a good one defensively. When you look at Temple, it's that matchup zone. You ready for this, Brent? In the game they beat Cincinnati, they only allowed them 18 points at halftime in the NCAA tournament.
Michael runs it down. Cincinnati with the game's first possession.
And there's that matchup zone. Play a man in the area of the floor.
Johnson bumped back outside beautifully. Quickly cross court to Kenny Satterfield, the freshman from the Bronx.
It's going to be interesting to see how the young guards can attack this matchup zone.
Kenyon with the game's first shot and the first miss. Battle loose ball comes up Temple. That's Lyde. Kevin Lyde, number 42, pulling it down, and Pepe handles the ball.
Lyde's been playing with a bad back, Brent, but he's been an outstanding rebounder, just not scoring on the interior. They take time with each possession, looking for the high percentage shot.
He wants to play it down in the 60s. They missed their first shot, but they battle it back to Lyde, who's been very active in the early going. And now Karcher pulls the trigger. In and out. Satterfield rebounds. Still scoreless.
Cincinnati wants to beat you in transition, but Temple's an outstanding defensive team in transition. They really slowed the game down with that matchup. When you and I had them here the other day against DePaul, they were running up and down the floor. Not today, my friends.
Can't pull the trigger on that quick, easy shot against Temple. Satterfield will go for it, and he's off to the right. Took it.
And that's
to the left.
That's exactly what they want you to do in attacking that zone.
And Karcher, no block, battle back underneath, and slamming it down as Kevin Lyde.
Brent, one of the factors here today, Temple will not be intimidated, as so many teams are playing Cincinnati.
There's a turnover forced by John Chaney's tremendous defense that he applies to his team. Sanchez out of Argentina.
I think psychologically they really affect you here in
Steal. Satterfield picks Pepe Sanchez. Foot race. Satterfield for the layup.
He's got super quickness out of New York City. These Bearcat fans love this diaper dandy.
Sanchez, left baseline. Beautiful.
He's got great basketball IQ, a tremendous understanding of the concepts of the game. It's amazing. They only turned the ball over 9.7 times. That leads the nation, Temple. Also lead the nation in scoring defense.
Tate has to kick it back out. The three is good by DeMar Johnson.
That's the one way, my friends, to break the matchup. Shoot over the top of it. But they invite that shot. A lot of patience, a lot of poise, and they hope for points. The 3 Ps, Temple.
Karcher steps inside and pulls the trigger.
He made 5 threes in the last game, beating a good Dayton team for the Atlantic 10, who will be in the big dance. They have a win over Kentucky. I think they play with your heads. And coaching, they really play with the mind so much, Temple, with that zone. They really have you thinking constantly. You can't attack it.
Michael, he traveled.
They're having trouble with it right now, but they really are having trouble attacking that matchup. It's very obvious.
Wadley's first shot. Yes, it's the 3.
He can shoot the 3. He and Greer, very capable. Greer will be coming off the bench. Wadley's so much more effective at the 2 spot than he is when he plays the point.
Dick, there was just nothing going down low for Martin and Michael yet. Tate. Yes.
Tate stepped right in the gap. Former Ohio State Buckeye. What about that big win they had down in Bloomington last night? The Buckeyes. Oh, nice backdoor cut.
Karcher on the cut.
Execution, execution, execution. Offensively, they are so efficient with each possession. A lot of people say they bore you while they watch them play, but you know what? They get to the winner's circle. That locker room down there is usually a winner's locker room.
There goes Martin. He's fouled on the shot. He'll come to the free throw line for a pair.
We're talking about one of the most improved players in America offensively. You made a great point last week. 23 years of age. And what was it? 43 guys in the NBA are younger than him?
43 players in the NBA who contribute now. I'm not talking about strictly bench jockeys who are younger than Kenyon Martin, who stayed with Coach Huggins for his senior year. And John Chaney telling me that he thinks Kenyon Martin is one of the most improved players in the country this year.
Oh, he is offensively. Hey, Brad, let me ask you this. You played against matchup zones in your time. In fact, you played against Temple. What does the matchup do to a big guy on the inside?
What you have to do as a big guy is you have to flash high right around the free throw line and try to get an entry pass there, step into the middle, and shoot short shots. You're not going to get a lot of opportunities for layups and dunks against him.
Temple jumps out to an early lead, 11-9 here. And we've got a timeout in Cincinnati.
Mike Tucker has the chance to make a free throw.
Let's see. College in 4 years costs up 40% over the next 5. Somebody do the math here.
It'd be great if our money would grow as fast as these kids. I can't believe.
Will paying for college be as painful as this? It's getting ugly.
Hey, that kid just dropped a pretzel? Because I like pretzels. I really like
We'll
pretzels.
be able to help with their
I
education.
wonder if we should have put that money in a trust. Maybe we would have.
I hope she was kidding about college in Hawaii.
Thank you, Payne Weber.
What makes our chicken strip dinners so much fun?
Because you can dip them.
Bingo. Dip, dunk, and dive them in lots of country gravy with Texas toast, fries, an onion ring, even a cold drink, all for a special low price.
Sonic America's driving.
A significant discovery in eye health may be lutein, a nutrient found in these healthy foods. Now Centrum has the only leading multivitamins with lutein to help maintain your precious sight. Centrum Silver, now more complete with lutein.
I'm always coming up with great new promotions for 7-Up. Like this one. I ask people to send me pictures of their cans. Let's take a look. Oh! Look like 2 big Christmas hams. Show us your can. Look at the backyard on this fella. That about ends the first annual 7-Up Show Us Your Can contest. Next time I'll be more specific. Mom?
Tacoma 4x4. There's no bigger rush.
NCAA basketball presented by Payne Weber on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Payne Weber. Thank you, Payne Weber. 7-Up and your local 7-Up bottler. Make 7-Up yours. And Toyota. Go for it every day.
Brent, we're going to see the simple backdoor cut play right here. Freeze it right here. Freeze it. See, right here. We're going to watch the backdoor here, and he's staring at the ball. Martin doesn't see ball, you man. Now watch Karcher with the backdoor cut right behind Martin, and there he is, sneaks behind for the layup.
And the steal by Cincinnati off the inbounds pass. They're trying to hurry the game along if they can. Get more possessions. Here's Martin down low, knocked out of bounds.
That's a great point, partner. The bottom line is this game is going to be tempo, tempo, tempo. And if they can establish a fast-paced Cincinnati, that's their advantage.
So far, Temple is out rebounding Cincinnati 4-1. That is a huge edge when you're trying to slow it down.
Also, when you look at that Temple baseline, they got some physical presence in there with Lyde and Barnes and Karcher on the glass.
Johnson, 3, no. Rebound Temple. It's a 5-1 rebounding advantage.
They want you to shoot that shot. Look at the
open man underneath. Comes through, has the battle to save it, and here's Sanchez. And Huggins can't believe that there wasn't a turnover called. The 3 from the corner by Quincy Wadley.
Wadley can flat out shoot the trifecta. I'll tell you, Cincinnati's got to lace them up. They got themselves a battle on their hands today. 42 in a row at stake. The second longest winning streak in America. Number 1 at stake.
The runner, no good. Tate can't follow it up.
Look at the control. Look at the control and the vision. Has great vision, Sanchez. Has that special instinct and knack in knowing where to give the basketball up.
Off a fake. Here's Wadley. Misses that 3, but Sanchez with an offensive rebound. They're just dominating off the glass, but they turn it over, and now Huggins goes to his bench with Ryan Fletcher checking in.
Fletcher will give him some perimeter shooting. So will Logan coming in, who could be a key factor in this game. He's a big-time long-range shooter. The bottom line is they're being out-hustled right now, Brent. They're not playing with that pizzazz and that spark we saw last Sunday.
Because of Temple's defense.
Exactly.
Satterfield turns it over.
Getting a little impatient.
Wadley at the other end is fouled. He'll shoot a pair. Fletcher fouls him.
And he's an outstanding free throw shooter. You look at the Atlantic 10 right now. There's only 2 teams that stand out. Look like a chance for the NCAA. Certainly Temple won, and Dayton. Xavier got beat yesterday. And remember, Xavier in that crosstown rivalry is the team that beat Cincinnati earlier this year. I know you feel the same way I do. John Chaney belongs in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Those people up there should make sure that it happens. He's done a brilliant job in his tenure at Temple.
They'd have to have the ceremony at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'd love to hear him speak. He gave us a lecture down in the locker room. Brad Doherty and I got a big-time lecture.
And Logan, Dick mentioned him. He checks in now, trying to get some firepower. Misses at the free throw line, but Barnes has another rebound. Huge advantage. And they call a jump ball. Higgins does as Satterfield reaches back in. But Temple is out rebounding Cincinnati 8-1 in the early going.
And that's amazing because Cincinnati, normally when you look at its people, are an outstanding rebounding team potentially. Look at this number right here. It tells you a big-time story. When they rebound, they win.
Greer on the floor for Chaney, and traveling. That's 4 turnovers on the Owls. A little sloppy right now.
And that's very rare. They got 4 turnovers and they're only averaging 9 turnovers a game for this season. As Bobby Huggins working that sideline, fiery, emotional. He's got, as you say, an assistant football coach's mentality.
Martin up firing.
That's the part of his game that's gotten better and better. The Big O told us today he's got to play facing a little bit more. That's right, Oscar Robertson came over and talked to Brett and I about the progress of Martin. Maybe Bearcat of them all. Some say maybe the greatest ever to play the game.
Karcher. Yes, a 2. It's a 2.
Karcher's got scoring ability inside and outside. See how they match up? They never give you gaps and seams like most zones do.
Satterfield the 3. No. Rebound Cincinnati. And Michael will shoot a pair.
Peter Michael trying to attack the glass, trying to get into a gap, but they can't block out on that matchup. Michael did a defensive job on Quentin Richardson last Sunday, as you alluded to earlier. He locked him up. He was like the Yale man. He just locked him up. One of the warriors in college basketball. I think 3 guys that really epitomize playing hard all the time and are so physical: Madsen, Michael, and your favorite, Chris Carrawell.
Has his hands full here today. Huggins is matched against some big size down on the low blocks. A very well coached matchup zone. I got to tell you right now, folks, into the NCAAs, I would not want to play John Chaney's Owls this year. I've watched them in person now for about 8 minutes, and this is a good-looking basketball team.
Well, they're 5-3 without Sanchez, and if the committee factors that in, this club is definitely...
Turn it over, and here comes Martin with a chance. Yes.
And that's what's going to happen. They're going to make things happen with their full-court pressure. They got to speed up the tempo of the game. They're going to a full-court trap. They want you to get out of that poised, patient offense and run up and down the floor.
They wanted a 5 and didn't get it. Sanchez wanted a 5. He doesn't get it.
The crowd is alive, trying to spark them.
Pepe Sanchez fade away short. Fletcher.
Not a good shot. I don't think that's a shot they would like in their offensive system.
For the lead. How difficult it is to penetrate that Temple armor.
Always have a hand in your face on every shot attempt.
Satterfield to Martin, knocked away and fouled.
See, that's the way you want to attack that matchup. You want to try to find a gap, dribble penetration, create the opportunity, and dump the ball off. Satterfield made that happen for the player of the year, Mr. Martin. See that penetration, dribble penetration, and then kick it out. When I look right now across America, I think my top 3 guys for player of the year would be Kenyon Martin, Troy Murphy of Notre Dame, who was sensational last night, getting 35 for the Irish, winning game by 2 over Seton Hall, and Chris Carrawell.
The building is loaded with NBA scouts. One of the reasons why they're here is they want to see what Martin does against this Temple defense today. They know how tough the Temple Owl defense can be on a prospective NBA player, and they are really taking a close look at Kenyon Martin here today. We'll take a break right now. 11:29 to go in the first. Temple has dictated this game, but we are tied now at 16.
I'm too sexy. I'm too sexy. I'm too sexy for the drive-thru. And I'm too sexy for my car seat. Too sexy for the groceries. Too sexy for the dry cleaning. Introducing the newly updated Camry. So stylish it could go to your head. I'm too sexy for the slow lane. Too sexy for the neighbors. Too sexy for the car wash. Too sexy.
At BASF, we don't make the sunscreen, we make it stronger. We don't make the tennis shoes, we make them grip better. We don't make the jacket, we make it brighter. We don't make the carpet, we make it tougher. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
Why? It is a small word, but it is a quick, sharp, and abrupt word.
Why?
It is the chosen word of the nonconformist, the defiant, and the visionary. It is a confrontational word.
Why?
It challenges what's thought to be impossible. If you are not afraid to ask why,
you
can change whatever it is you want.
Hey, did you get them brakes at Pep Boys?
Yeah, I did.
I appreciate it.
Pep Boys for quality parts and brake service from $69.99. No rebate necessary.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
America's finest skaters in a one-of-a-kind ABC sports event. No rules, no judges, just skating. The Chevrolet Skating Spectacular, next on ABC.
Tied at 16. Let's take you inside why Cincinnati is ranked #1. Why they've got that long winning streak. You know the Temple Owls, they protect the basketball, fewest in the NCAA this year. And today they've already turned it over 5 times against Cincinnati. So they are matched against another talented defense. Now we want to show you, we have a great contrast, 2 very active coaches. Huggins of Cincinnati there on the left. John Chaney, and that's the referee Higgins bending down to speak with him. We got the action there in the middle. You can watch the 2 coaches, and they're both very active on the sidelines. They're both very vocal as they watch the play unfold.
And both guys, really, the personalities spread to their teams. The teams reflect their personality. Battlers, never back down. A bunch of warriors on the floor.
Archer in the corner. No. Off take. Got it for Cincinnati. Down they come to the lead now. Satterfield tries to run the floor. Here's Logan. No. Rebound Temple. 1 and out. Quick pass. Karcher touch pass over to the corner. Greer fires. Got the 3.
What a nice look by Karcher. He gets over to Greer, who can flat out shoot the rock. Last year was out all year. Had an injury. Great feel right there. Karcher had the awareness to know where his teammate was along that baseline.
The alley-oop pass in a little bit too far. Fletcher back up, though.
I like Fletcher. What an outstanding player to bring off the bench. He gives you inside-outside ability. Good move by Bobby Huggins going to pressure. He's trying to speed up the tempo. He wants a faster-paced game.
Greer's going to go again. Got it again.
He's automatic, Brent. He's automatic. He's going to get a TO, baby.
And Huggins furious with his defense in that. They're going to yank him right out of the game. So an intimate look at 2 very good coaches. Timeout.
Captain Jim McConnell and his crew are about to discover on Mars the origin of life on Earth.
Somebody put that thing there, it's not us. That DNA looks human.
And begin the greatest adventure of their lives.
What are we here for if not to take chances?
Mission to Mars, rated PG. Starts Friday, March 10th at a theater near you.
There's a place where the best are dedicated to helping you become your best. The premier online sports store, MVP.com.
I'm always coming up with great new promotions for 7-Up. Like this one. I asked people to send me pictures of their cans. Let's take a look. Oh! Look like 2 big Christmas hams. Do as you can. Look at the backyard on this fella. That about ends the first annual 7-Up Show Us Your Can contest. Next time I'll be more specific. Mom,
a network premiere. I am your son. They kidnapped his child. That was their first mistake. Mel Gibson.
Give me back my son!
Ransom, ABC Monday at 8, 7 Central.
Temple will be very tough to deal with if they continue to shoot 60%, my friend.
Well, also shooting 60%, and they're beating Cincinnati down the floor. And also, they always have a hand. See, like that, a hand in the face. They never give you the open shot. I got a question for our guy, Brad Daugherty. You and I were never in this position. I wonder what it's like when you're a potential #1 pick, and all the scouts are here. How does it affect you, Brad Daugherty?
Dick, you just have to continue to play your game. Obviously, it affects you some because you realize your future's ahead of you. But when you're 22, 23 years of age, this is the best time of your life, and you got to realize it. Have fun and play the game.
Thank you, Mr. Daugherty. I never had that happen to me.
And Cincinnati turns it over. Sanchez on a bad pass, a rare mistake, and Tate's got it back. And Temple not protecting the ball. Cheney will be unhappy about that.
Yeah, too many turnovers right now for Temple.
Logan's 3 short off the iron, but right to Satterfield. Tried to penetrate. Back to Martin. Missed on that open shot. Had the look.
I asked you one question. How many layups have we seen out of Cincinnati thus far today?
How about 0?
How about 0? Zippo, my friends. No layups at all.
They give you nothing easy. You got to work for it. 3 did not get the roll and into the hands of Logan.
Now Logan's capable of making that perimeter shot. So they want to keep Martin away from the basket. Remember, Cincinnati only had 18 points at the half last year in Boston in the NCAA Regional second round.
With 9 minutes left in the first half here. Tate Paul away from the basket. 10 on the shot. Johnson comes right baseline and takes it.
He's got big-time talent. He's multi-dimensional. He can play on the inside, outside. He's an outstanding wing potential player. He, Parcher, and Ride all played together in Washington on DC Assault team, coached by Curtis Malone. The AAUs.
Keaton Sanders also on the floor for Temple. In fact, he took that last shot, that 3 that did not bounce in.
He's a good athlete, very physical.
Here's Greer's 3. Long range on the money. They are 5 of 7, and Greer with 3 of them.
I love the way Greer spots up and shoots the jump shot. He's got the great release, the follow through, a world of confidence. Start attacking a little bit more on the inside. They're playing with the ball too much on the perimeter, side by side, and the defense can adjust easily.
Satterfield's got to get it to Martin faster also. Satterfield now penetrates.
That's what you got to do.
Oh, the jam by Jermaine Tate.
That's the way you attack it, Brent. You attack the gap. You dribble and penetrate.
Temple leads at 25-22.
My friends, we are seeing 2 clubs that are going to make so much noise during March Madness.
Greer fouled by Satterfield.
And you and I were talking off the air. I guarantee you, if Sanchez had been there healthy all year long, Temple would be at least a #2 seed.
His first team, second.
Well, we've got a timeout.
On the floor.
Satterfield into Tate's hands.
They think the market's going to go up 20% next year. What are the
Tickets, folks.
I'm out.
I keep reading about tax-efficient investing. Should I be doing that? Everybody else seems.
Let's see. Rates are falling, inflation's low. More stocks or more bonds.
Hey. Oh, man.
This investment strategies for you. Great. Just for me and 5 million other people.
Thank you, Payne Weber.
How do you enhance a V8 engine that produces 245 horsepower? A chassis that can haul up to 2,000 pounds? Or brakes that have 4 piston calipers? Simple. Add about 6 pounds of steel. Toyota Tundra, Motor Trend Truck of the Year, and 4-Wheel and Off-Road Magazine's 4x4 of the Year.
Might be a good time to talk about the Michelin X1. Thanks to Michelin technology, it gives you long mileage and better wet braking than any rain tire. And that should make everyone on a wet road happy.
Mom, Dad, if I'm paying rent, I gotta have a better breakfast than this.
Mark.
I know there's some dietary restrictions at the table, but no way.
What would you like, Mark?
Potatoes, sausage, eggs.
Would you like me to serve that to you in a nice warm skillet?
That would be great.
What does this look like? A Holiday Inn?
Want a better breakfast? Try our award-winning Best for Breakfast menu at today's Holiday Inn.
Tim Allen returns to ABC in the wildest network premiere movie. Jungle to Jungle, ABC tonight at 7, 6 Central.
Brent, sometimes when you look at this matchup, it has a gap in it. Right here's the gap. See, he wants to dribble in here and get the diagonal maneuver down to the baseline. And watch Satterfield now. He attacks the gap, and now they got a 2-on-1. He brings the big guy toward him, and he's the 3D man. He drives, draws, and dishes the rock. Take a look at those numbers right there, score and defense.
Temple, the leader, but look at the other teams. Princeton, Butler, Wisconsin, and Stanford.
How good is Stanford? You see what they did to California last night? Beat them by 50. Beat them by 50.
They are a contender.
Oh, they're for real, Mike Montgomery's club. Are they for real? So you're going to half court, trying to go to a trap to try and speed up the game.
And Sanchez is out for the first time here today. So Wadley now less comfortable on the point. And it is still Temple's basketball.
Well, talking to the writers that cover the team, Michael Kern and company, the Philadelphia Daily News, he said they're such a different basketball team that they struggle to get the ball up the court without Sanchez. And Cincinnati's going to turn it up.
Wadley forces one, just doesn't shoot well when he's at the point. I think he shot about 18% in those 8 games that Sanchez missed completely because of an injury to the other ankle.
You're exactly right. He shoots better than 40% when Sanchez is on the floor distributing the ball to him.
So we'll have to keep a separate score here, Dick, as to what happens to the team score when Sanchez is out of the game, because obviously it's a different looking Temple offense. We saw that.
+3 with 7 minutes to go when he went out.
Cincinnati's basketball, and we got a quick reminder, Saturday ABC brings you some of the fastest skaters on the planet. Jennifer Rodriguez and the other stars lead the way as the top qualifiers from Asia, Europe, and North America compete in the World All-Around Speed Skating Championships Saturday at 1 Eastern and Pacific on ABC. ABC Sports, by the way, is online at ESPN.com. Here is Kenyon Martin handling the ball in the corner, trap out.
They're making him kick the ball out as soon as he goes inside. Double teaming Martin and really cutting off any angle that he has to drive to the basket. They run the ball out of his hands.
Crutcher's field goal was wide right.
John Chaney 4 times to the final 8. 1988, 91, 92, and 99. So close.
First shot clock because the ball was kicked inadvertently out of bounds. Martin, and he is handled down low that time. In fact, he is stuffed.
You can't believe it. That hasn't happened too often to him this year. Barnes is a very physical player as well on the inside. Has stepped up his game the last 3 games. He's been a little up and down most of the year.
Wadley just kind of struggles on the point.
Just not comfortable out there, Brent. Not in the comfort zone.
Here comes Greer, penetrating, driving, left hand, and Martin up.
He's a human eraser.
Johnson. Defender falls. Foul call before the shot.
What an enforcer inside. Mr. Martin, the all-time shot blocker at the University of Cincinnati, was a dominator on a defensive end for 3 years, but now has stepped up to become an offensive scoring whiz as well. 97 blocks coming into this game. Had another big game in their recent W over Houston, where they had a big lead of 19 and allowed Houston to get back. And guess who sparked them? The Iceman's son.
Yeah, somebody.
Pete Gervin, yeah, the Iceman's son.
Said he looked good.
Yes, sir. Shot the ball like his daddy. I'll tell you, they didn't shoot too many guys shot like his daddy.
For sure.
Oh, wow.
Limbo quickly steps in as Sanchez, who has returned from the bench, was trying to establish position in there. It was getting a little bit physical. You could watch Sanchez take a wide stance down in that block area defensively.
He's a tough kid as well. He's great hands. One of the leaders for steals.
Not there, but Kenyon Martin battling away, and he's tied up underneath. Cincinnati basketball on the possession arrow.
Just not having his way on the inside like he's had most of this year. Every time he's touching the ball, he's being challenged consistently. Another club that can really challenge Cincinnati, Michigan State.
Timeout. So they cannot get it inbounds against the Temple pressure, and they will go over and talk about it with Coach Huggins.
I'll tell you, there's a lot to cheer about in this city. They're all excited here. Baseball, certainly with right now Ken Griffey coming to town. I can't wait to go to Sarasota tomorrow, Brett. He reports to Sarasota. Talked to his dad the other day. His dad was like absolutely on cloud 9.
And coming up on the AutoBuyTel.com halftime report, John Saunders and Digger Phelps will be in our studio, and they'll tell you about the Oklahoma-Kansas game, Big East action, and how many in for Conference USA. You know, we mentioned some of the scouts, and Jerry Krause is from the Chicago Bulls. He made a big trade. Of course, he has the Golden State Warriors #1 pick if it's not in the top 3. And Elton Brand was his first pick last year. And as I have said here the last couple of weeks, I think Elton Brand's going to become the Rookie of the Year in the NBA. And Krause is clearing cap money by getting rid of Tony Kukoc, and that helps Philadelphia tremendously. Gives them another option to go to along with Iverson down the stretch. So the 76ers help themselves for all you fans back in Philadelphia. And over to the corner comes Satterfield on the drive. Yes, nice move.
He's a quick penetrator. New York City phenom last year. They got 3 great point guards in the city this year, all going to the Big East.
Brad Doherty, what's the latest on Karcher? Not there. Rebound. Barnes knocked away.
Mark Karcher has 2 fouls, Brent, and it's kind of John Chaney's custom not to let his players back into the game, so we probably will not see him for the rest of the first half, and there's 5 minutes left, a lot of basketball.
That's a big-time scorer sitting on that sideline. That seems to be the philosophy now, Brand, of many of the coaches. You get 2 fouls, you come out. I think you got to play the scoreboard a little bit as well.
Tate sits down.
You know who's been on the wraps here today? Pete Michael.
Hasn't taken a shot yet, though.
Yeah, been on the wraps.
Martin Sanchez bumps no. Limbo waves it off. Foul before the shot.
And that was a good foul. Not to allow him to get to the basket, to dunk, to create unbelievable hysteria. See, he wanted to explode to the goal, but it's a good foul. He gets him out here. Smart move by Sanchez. Don't let him get to the basket, jam, and get this crowd in a frenzy. The one thing that they do well, Temple, because of the matchup, they don't put you on a foul line a lot. You look at the numbers statistically, you don't get many foul opportunities.
Turned it over.
Full court pressure. Going to try to invite him to a trapping area.
Wadley bringing it up, and they took Sanchez off the ball on this trip, and
he got fouled.
Fouled, no question. He was kicked by Michael, and he is down.
Year in and year out, I know coaches really wait when they look at that draw, and they hope and pray they don't see Temple on their side. They don't want to. There's the little. He gets him up in the air. See, freezes him, gets him up in the air, and then the contact. You made a great point off the year. And playing them in the second round, how tough it is because you don't have time to prepare for that matchup.
Exactly. Goes over to Cincinnati.
I guess the big question a lot of people probably have out there, if John Chaney is so effective with that matchup, why don't most coaches play it? And why don't they use it? Because it's very difficult to teach the discipline that's involved in playing the cutters against the matchup. Look at the shooting percentages.
Here's Logan, the 3, rattled out. Temple has been very quiet over the last few minutes. Their lead is 1. So they've had problems here. They've had a 4-minute drought, as a matter of fact.
Well, Cincinnati doing a great job defensively. Bobby Huggins' teams are well drilled on the defensive end. Go with different defense.
Lamont Barnes ends the drought.
He's a good baseline player. He's been a little up and down, a little Dow Joneser earlier in the year, but the last 3 games has stepped it up.
Fletcher kicks it back out to Logan, but a little bit high, and Kenyon Martin steps outside. There it is.
Oh, has he improved that shot? Has he improved his offense? Oh, yes. Is he going to be a name that we're going to hear consistently during March Madness? Kenyon Martin. Will Cincinnati be able to get to the Final Four?
Roush and the other scouts took note of that as Wadley comes back, misfires, and now Martin. Here's the baseball pass. Got Johnson on the wing. Fires.
Yeah, that's a big one.
The 3.
That's a big one. Beat him in transition to the open spot. They're jumping with joy in Cincinnati, and it's not for a Griffey home run. It's for hoops, baby. Hoops.
Greer. Oh, yes, he's 4 of 4 from 3-point land.
Oh, we got a good one, Mr. Musburger. We got a good one. This may be a bailout smasher. Greer shooting right over the top of the defense.
Satterfield kicks to Fletcher off the fake. Comes baseline, blocked. Temple basketball.
Kevin Lyde, the big guy inside. An enforcer.
So we've got a timeout, and there's one man who has quieted this crowd repeatedly for John Chaney on this timeout, and that, of course, has been Greer, who has been perfect from 3-point land here today. 4 of 4.
You know, Brandy told me he loved his team in 1988 with Macon and Tim Terry and company. But he said if this team had a healthy Pepe Sanchez all year long, as much as he loved the 88 team, this team was as good, that it has all the components, the parts. It's physical, it can shoot from the perimeter with certain players, and it's got the great floor leader in Sanchez. There's the baseball pass.
Then it was Greer right up over Logan, if you will, and quieting the crowd.
Great performance out of Greer here in the first half. Those are the things that have to happen, making those threes if you're going to try to pull the upset on the road against the #1 team in the nation.
Sanchez double picks his dribble up, and he is fouled. Bad foul on Jermaine Tate.
But he created that opportunity by trying to split the guys. Rather than stay in that trapping situation, he used his great basketball IQ to split the trap.
Huggins not happy, saying what happened at the other end. He won't win it. Timeout.
If you can't stop here, stop here for genuine Midas brakes. Now just $69.95 after rebate. Guaranteed nationwide for as long as you own your car. Next stop, go Midas.
Freedom. Control. What a ride. Just you and your laptop. Log on to autobytel.com for dealer cost info, reviews, and a low, no-haggle price. It's a hassle-free trip. Autobytel.com. The road to your next car.
When you coach the junior gymnastics team, you do most of the exercise, so muscle aches are out of the question. That's why I take Advil every time. This is a very safe sport, as long as I can keep up. So I trust Advil. Absolutely nothing's been proven stronger in even tough pain. These kids depend on me, and I depend on Advil.
Advil, stronger than pain. And for kids, nothing relieves fevers faster than children's Advil.
Easy, boys, easy. Whoa, excuse me. Hey, is that a collect call? Who are you? I'm the 1-800 collect advice guy. Use
1-800-COLLECT and save the people you call a buck or two. 1-800. How about a C? O-L-L-E-T. Can't spell collect without a T. Thanks. Use 1-800-COLLECT. Save a buck or two.
Did you know the $500,000 answer?
You're right.
Stephanie Girardi did and walked away a winner. Catch an all-new Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Well, the Cincinnati Bearcats are #1 in the country, but when we travel into ACC land, we hear from a lot of those writers, and wait a minute, Huggins doesn't graduate any players. What's with that program over there?
You know, we hear that all the time. But right here, Huggins gave me a list. This is for Bill Brill down there. Yesterday in the press room, he was all over. He says, I don't want to hear about Huggins. He doesn't graduate players. Hey, Bill, he's graduated 15 of them. He said it right here. They got a list for him. He wants me to mail it to you. And also, he said, you know what happens? Junior college players, it's unbelievable. If you're a junior college kid and you come to college and graduate, it doesn't count. I think that is absurd and ludicrous.
We got a good one here. It's 30-29. Temple with a 1-point lead in the basketball. Michael with great interior defense on line. Just wouldn't let him have the basketball that time.
Well, he can defend. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the premier defenders in America. He's got to step it up offensively, though.
Cincinnati has played extremely well defensively also in this half. We sort of forget about them when we rave about the matchup zone. Wadley did not get the bounce back up again. Barnes trying to keep it in play. Cincinnati basketball.
They force you to play good defense, Temple, because you know on the other end, points are not going to come easy. And Cincinnati is a premier defensive team.
This trips for the lead.
Yes. Oh, yes, he's stepping up.
Johnson.
TJ is stepping it up. 6'8", diaper dandy, one of my Super 7 diaper dandies. The best in the nation. Get my award would be Jason Gardner from out of Arizona.
Temple for the tie.
There's that matchup. Good man-to-man defense.
Bring it down inside of a minute. They've got to be very aware of Greer. He's perfect from three-point range here in the first half. Pepe Sanchez to the baseline. Pulls the trigger, no. Cincinnati, Kenyon Martin on the drive. Hits Johnson again inside for the layup.
And he shows his versatility. We just seen him shoot a trifecta, and now we see him in transition. He was rated one of the premier high school players in America last year, Brett Musburger, and they love him in Cincy. Oh, they love him.
He scored 13 points here against Temple. He's 5 of 7 from the field, Johnson is.
They're getting up to Mo on his side, going to the locker room.
6-set difference. Cincinnati all over the floor defensively. They have answered the challenge here in the first half.
They have responded on the defensive end of Waits.
Greer again. Oh, he's 5 of 5 from three-point land in the first half. 1-point game at the buzzer. Lynn Greer.
What a show by Mr. Greer shooting the rock, Mr. Musburger.
6'1", sophomore from Philadelphia's Engineering and Science High School. And we have a dandy brewing in Cincinnati. It's halftime. John Saunders and Digger Phelps will be coming up next.
NCAA basketball presented by Payne Weber on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Beck's, a beer apart. And 1-800-COLLECT, the easy way to save. We'll be back with the AutoBytel.com halftime report after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Freedom. Control. What a ride. Just you and your laptop. Log on to AutoBytel.com for dealer cost info, reviews, and a low, no-haggle price. It's a hassle-free trip. AutoBytel.com. The road to your next car.
Advance Auto Parts presents part number 16. Larry, our battery expert. Larry installs more Autocraft batteries in a day than most people do in a lifetime. No matter what you drive, Larry will make sure you get the right battery for your car.
92 a quart?
Yeah.
Lawrence Auto Parts. The best part is our people.
In our family, men lose their hair early. Thank you. By the time we hit 30, we don't have to invest much in combs. So I started using Rogaine when I was like 28, at the first sign of fallout. Before I looked like I needed it, because I know I would. So here I am. I've been using Rogaine for about 2 years now, right at the source of the problem, and I don't see any difference. And that's the idea. You keep the hair you have. Look, I love my dad. I'm just not in a rush to look like him. Simple, safe, smart. Rogaine. It's stronger than heredity.
On an all-new Practice.
What happened? They tried to rape me. He's rotting in prison for a murder he didn't do. He did everything.
This is the case that will question one lawyer's actions.
What have you done, Jimmy?
The Practice tonight, 10/9 Central on ABC. Tiger Woods, David Duval, Colin Montgomery, Sergio Garcia, Ernie Els. The top 64 golfers in the world compete in dramatic single elimination match play. The World Golf Championships, Saturday at 2 on ABC.
We've just made it easier to separate yourself from the crowd with a new Dodge Ram. Overall, America's most powerful line of pickups. Now on select 2000 models, get exceptionally low financing. Or choose this generous cash allowance. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Until then, see the friendly Dodge dealer near you during our Think Spring event.
So, Doctor, you've been studying the effects of Red Bull for months. What exactly have you discovered?
Energy boundaries and biorhythmic fluctuations can make it difficult to maintain a baseline rating of muscular contraction and neurotransmittable impulses, of course. Unique the oxyribonucleic acidity and orbital phases of gravitational fluctuations can indeed result in a fibromyalgic Red Bull type of situational relevance as well. But if it's calibrated amounts of available regenerative tolerances.
Can you say that in English?
Simple, little man. Red Bull gives you wings.
What parents need to know about childhood vaccinations tonight at 10.
Welcome to the AutoBytel.com halftime report. Here now, John Saunders and Digger Phelps.
And welcome. We hope you're enjoying your game. And those of you in the Big 12, you know that Kansas has a lead over Oklahoma right now. So let's go to the highlights. Kansas is a team that's lost 5 of their last 8, which is hard to believe. And they haven't lost 2 in a row at home since 88-89. Roy Williams' first year in danger today. The ball, Johnson picks it up, knocks down the jumper. Kansas is up by 2. And then off the Oklahoma miss, Heinrich gets it to Johnson, who throws it down, and Kansas going on a little run here up 14-12.
14-12, but comes back to where they have 7 turnovers in the first 7. They can't jump out on Oklahoma.
Another missed shot. Jeff Boschee picks it up, takes it to Drew Gooden, who loses it, but Kenny Gregory then comes up with a loose play.
Loose ball jam.
You said he was important. They had to have him. He looks good in the first half. And right now, Kansas is a 27-23 lead. And we've talked about the problems with the Jayhawks. Even though they have the lead in this game, just having a terrible time scoring.
You get frustrated as a coach when you lose at home. A tough game against Iowa State, 64-62 at home Wednesday night. Now you're over anxious, and that's what's happened. The turnovers, they miss easy chippies inside. But the other side of it is when you can take Raymond and Nahara and they go 4 for 15, that's a plus. So Kansas right now struggling, trying to blow this game open. They can't get that big run.
It's a plus. However, consider this for Oklahoma. They're only down by 4 without their big guns doing it, so the second half should be better. Some of you watching Temple against Cincinnati, this one has been a classic early on in this game. Intensity, the Bearcats trying to remain at #1, Temple trying to knock them off for the 3rd straight time. Pepe Sanchez, they didn't think he could play. As a matter of fact, John Chaney didn't want him to play with a bad ankle. He did. It was a good thing. He finds Karcher, and Karcher's shot no good.
Strong slam dunk.
Lyde gets it, jams it down. Temple grabs the early lead. Next trip down the floor, it's Pepe Sanchez again, takes it to the hole and scores over Kenyon Martin. The Owls up by 2. Sanchez then to Karcher in the back door, and Temple has a 4-point lead. But Sanchez, rare for him, turns the ball over. Kenyon Martin pulls up with the jumper, and the Bearcats pull within 1. But then Lynn Greer was deadly from the outside, knocking down an NBA rings 3-pointer. Temple had a 5-point lead. Jermaine Tate then takes the pass, goes in, jams it down. Temple's lead is now down to 3. But DeMar Johnson
put on a show. Great clinic. A big, long 3.
He was almost on the Temple bench when he shot that thing.
DeMar Johnson, 13 points in that first half.
Cincinnati has grabbed a 34-33 lead. When you look at this score as a coach, you're John Chaney or you're Bob Huggins. You like the pace of the game right now or you dislike it?
Janie's happy. Trust me, they're happy. And I'll tell you the reason why. They did a great job of Kenyon Martin not getting him off to a big start, where you usually can get a double-double in the first half. So the zone has worked that way. The second factor is Cincinnati's had only 3 offensive rebounds. And the other factor, even though Temple had 5 early turnovers, they're still in this game. And Lynn Greer, who last Sunday had 14 points the last 10 minutes of the Maryland game, he's the guy that kept this game close, hit that big 3 at halftime. They come to play, Temple Owls.
Second half is coming up. Those of you not seeing that game, we, of course, will keep you up to date on that one here on the AutoBytel.com halftime report. Rutgers and Villanova. Nova gets it done. 82-70 is the final here. Rutgers 0-4 all-time at the Pavilion.
Bench points for the Wildcats, 27-5.
Don't forget, big Monday coming up, Digger. UConn and St. John's. What a matchup that one promises to be.
Missouri's got 2 straight home losses, and yet yesterday against K-State, 14 for 33 shooting the threes. But St. John's, Connecticut, this will be a war. Tomorrow night, ESPN, big Monday, live and well. Vegas, Utah. Utah lost at Vegas' payback game.
All right, if you missed this from yesterday, you missed a great one in the Big 12 between Iowa State and Colorado. Marcus Fizer makes the foul shot to increase the lead to 3. Jacque Walls, just take a look at this, Digger.
Hold on. It ain't over until it's overtime. He has 13 points in a 10-minute span, a 3-minute span. He just turned this game on in overtime.
Iowa State had won 19 of 20. In the OT again, it's Walls, the guy you talked about, pulls up with a J, gets the roll. Colorado wins it 102-90. Walls with 42 points in the game. And boy, does this stop the momentum of Iowa State.
Yeah, but Iowa State's still Iowa State. And Colorado, of course, they beat Oklahoma at home when Oklahoma was ranked. So they're a solid team. But right now, there's 6 teams, as we look at, in the Big 12 that I think have a legit shot. This game today between Oklahoma and Kansas, what you're playing for, you don't want to end up, yeah, we got in, but don't be an 8-9 seed because you can play yourself right out in the first or second round.
All right, our second halves are coming up. Kansas and Oklahoma, Temple and Cincinnati here on the AutoBytel.com halftime report. For Digger Phelps, I'm John Saunders. We'll keep you up to date on all the games and enjoy the second half.
I've known this guy 5 minutes. He's already giving me investment advice.
For a recommendation on your portfolio, please press 3.
I'm gonna pay for this. What was I Should my 401k be all stock? Should my 401k be all cash? Why didn't they write this last month?
My portfolio should be overweighted in game companies.
Why does this guy think what works for him? It's gonna work for me.
Thank you, Payne Weber.
I should have used Preparation H. Cool it fast with Preparation H Cooling Gel. Cools on contact for fast relief. Preparation H Cooling Gel cools on contact.
Why is it that no matter where you are in the world, there is always a place for people to come together? When you think about it, it's simple. Humans are a social bunch. We need each other. That's why we are doing what we can to make it easier for the human race to stay united.
What makes our chicken strip dinners so much fun?
Because you can dip them.
Bingo. Dip, dunk, and dive them in lots of country gravy with Texas toast, fries, an onion ring, even a cold drink, all for a special low price.
Sonic America's driving.
Starting to feel a little cramped by your present surroundings? Maybe it's time to expand your horizons. Maybe it's time to think about RE/MAX. RE/MAX Associates lead the real estate industry, averaging more experience and more sales than other real estate agents. RE/MAX can help you find a new home that meets all your needs while selling your current house to someone who'll find it absolutely perfect. If you're looking for results, look for RE/MAX. Nobody sells more real estate.
Black History Month occurs in February, which is the shortest month of the year. Not only is it the shortest month, but brothers and sisters have to struggle to get it up from Black History Week. And I'm surprised it wasn't Black History Minute. Oh, I'm supposed to be happy because it's a leap year? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let's take this time and look back on the struggle. How much time I got left? This is what I call affirmative action. 28 days, I want a regular month. See, this is the new Black History Month. 42 days. 42. Jackie Robinson's number. February, Black History Month.
This is the AutoBuyTel.com halftime report. A one-point game. The nation's #1 team leading Temple 34-33. It was a one-man show for the Owls. Lynn Greer, 5 of 5 from three-point range. This is a young man who knows how to score in Philadelphia Public League history. He had 1,991 points, second only to the legendary one from Overbrook, Wilt Chamberlain, who established that record back in 1955. But can he keep it up? We're about to find out. Timeout again.
This halftime report brought to you by AutoBuyTel.com, the road to your next car. Stay tuned for the second half after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Freedom. Control. What a ride. Just you and your laptop. Log on to AutoBuyTel.com for dealer cost info, reviews, and a low, no-haggle price. It's a hassle-free trip. AutoBuyTel.com, the road to your next car.
If you can't stop here, stop here for genuine Midas brakes. Now just $69.95 after rebate. Guaranteed nationwide for as long as you own your car. Next stop, go Midas.
This week.
Oh, God. He's a cop.
It's Blue times 2.
This is your partner just got shot.
2 new episodes in 2 days.
Police, nobody move!
Introducing one amazing new detective.
I'm Bowen Jones.
Tuesday and Wednesday at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Do you mind if I'm trying to clear a cop homicide?
And breathe. I don't do that stuff.
2 all-new episodes of NYPD Blue. Viewer discretion advised.
Time is an important factor for all of our fleet customers. They want that vehicle back on the road as quickly as possible.
Fleet customer is looking for prompt service from the time he pulls up on the lot until the time he leaves.
We have over 100 stores in the Chicagoland area.
No matter if the vehicle is a fleet or personally owned vehicle or a leased vehicle, it should be maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendations.
Jiffy Lube is one of the most fleet-friendly organizations there are in terms of automotive service.
Dodge Dakota brings you a startling new advancement. Doors, great big ones, on the driver's side. And the passenger side, each with windows that go all the way down. So what's the big deal about 2 great big wide opening doors? Nothing, but 4 is a different story. Real truck, real doors. Dodge Dakota Quad Cab, different.
They say one's cows are mad. A monstrous slur. They say one's dentistry is diabolical. Looks fine to me. But there's one thing they say which is absolutely bang on. One's television is brilliant.
If one wants the best of British television on BBC America, one gets DirecTV. And now local channels are available by subscription on DirecTV. Visit your Best Buy store today.
One wants one's BBC.
That'll be on DirecTV, madam.
Quite.
The latest news, weather, and traffic. Weekday mornings beginning at 5.
A regular season game with tournament flavor. Brad Doherty, what are we hearing about Pepe Sanchez of Temple?
Brett, Pepe will be back to play in the second half. He's got a little bit of fatigue. The ankle's a little tired, a little sore. I've noticed when he was shooting here, he was kind of favoring it. But I think he wants to win this basketball game very badly. Let's watch him and see how he does.
Well, again, they are 14-1 when he plays and only 5-3 without him. Only 2 points, but that doesn't tell you how valuable he is, Dick.
Brent, when you look at his stats, you throw him out the window. He's an extension of John Chaney. He's a motivating kind of player for everybody around him, distributing the basketball. We look here at the numbers, 7 for 12, obviously. This is very big in the first half. That 7 for 12 number is absolutely a monster, keeping him in the game. Greer, as you said, 5 for 5, shooting the trifecta. Free throws, you look at Temple, has not scored on the free throw line yet, and you look at Cincinnati, only been to the line 6 times. That's a trademark of the defense of Temple. The one thing that's not a trend of Temple is the fact Cincinnati's shooting 50%. Most clubs shoot 36.8% against Temple.
We had only 9 fouls called in the first half. Very cleanly played first half here. Wadley with the basketball, and Michael, who has yet to take his first shot for Cincinnati, the defender.
Yeah, he has to step up. He's a good offensive player. The last game against Houston, he struggled as well, Brent.
Archer back on the floor with 2 personals. Brad Doherty reported that. That was the reason why he sat it out. Now on the turnover, Cincinnati's got it.
Satterfield wants to go up and down the court. He wants to be like that Daytona man. He wants to fly with the rock and then not let him run up and down the court. They're keeping it like Times Square. Little congestion. See, that's what the defense wants you to do. Go side to side, keep the ball on the exterior, don't bring it to the inside, and don't attack the gaps.
Inside at 10, goes deep, cleaning up his tape, and the foul is called against Temple.
Cincinnati got a lucky break right there because that pass was not available. Bob Huggins, 9 consecutive 20-game win seasons, 92 had a great team with Nick Van Exel. There's the diagonal pass, not available, the deflection. They get the lucky break to get the ball back.
Cincinnati's biggest lead of the game has been 2.
Tate on a free throw line, former Buckeye. You and I said it last week. They got to play. Cincinnati and Ohio State have to play, Mr. Musburger. They got to make that game happen. Come on, you know a lot of people. You wield a lot of power. Create it. The governor wants it. The governor wants it. He told me.
Tate missed both his free throws. It is 34-33. Temple coming back down the floor right now and looking to regain the lead. Their biggest lead was 5 in the first half.
We're put on a shooting show.
Barnes doubled. Ball is out of bounds. Interesting that in the coaches poll, Huggins voted Temple number 5 in the country, and the way they're playing here today, you could deny that they're not one of the top 8, and that's where you want to be going into the NCAAs. Want either a 1 seed or a 2 seed. The schedule is so much easier in the first couple of rounds. Karcher under pressure, yes.
He's a scorer. He's got a scorer's mentality, and he has the versatility to step out and shoot the 3, as well as make that little post-up jump shot inside. The one thing about scheduling, John Chaney will play anybody, anytime, anywhere. He doesn't have any fear. There's a lot of big guys who can give him a shot to play. A lot of the major schools in the limelight.
Johnson, who was red hot with 13 points, kicks it back out.
They got to get some offense out of Michael. He's got to try to get some scoring. He's a scorer as well as a defensive player.
Into the corner, and here comes Michael with 4 on the shot. Yes, on cue.
King Michael delivers a deuce. He's got to step up. They need his offense.
We go seesawing.
See, they're lulling the crowd to sleep, too. This crowd is getting very quiet, and it's that Temple in a game. Temple loves Temple.
Karcher back with the 3. No. Battle for the rebound, and there's a foul underneath. Well, a reminder that Saturday, Tiger Woods, Sergio Garcia, David Duval, Ernie Els, they're among the top 64 ranked golfers in the world. They'll compete in the World Golf Championships. Anderson Consulting Match Play Championship. It's for the world. Saturday at 2 Eastern and Pacific on ABC. And they turn it over on the inbound pair.
That's really normally not part of their offensive system, the turnover. Look at John Chaney. Look at that tie. Wide open. 60-some years of age. I don't know how old he is, but he acts about 12, and that's the beauty. His assistant, loyal, Dean Demopoulos. Oh, I wish I had Dean's hair. Look at that hairstyle.
Coach Chaney telling me before the game, if they stop listening to me, I'm out of here. Well, folks, they are still listening. Let me tell you that right now, and they're listening carefully. They listen at 5 in the morning when they work out. Tate on that jump hook. No. Comes through with his second field goal of the game, and he comes alive.
That really presents a problem now for Temple. If he steps it up offensively, oh, he's got a hold out here. You can't mug him. He was mugging him outside. won 77 games in a row, combining 2 years in junior college and his first 15 here last year. Played at Indian Hills Junior College, won 2 national titles, and he goes out. 3 fouls.
Satterfield with 2, and no one else in any jeopardy yet at all in this game. It's interesting how aggressively Kenyon Martin has been playing, and he has not been in foul trouble in this game. Coming back out is Karcher. Yes, rattles in a tray and ties the game at 38.
The weapon they have now, shooting the 3. They have those kind of weapons with Karcher, Wadley, and Greer, and Sanchez is capable of making 3s as well. They got a foul down here against Cincinnati, I believe. Yeah, I think Cincinnati would have fouled down here.
Are you sure? I don't think so, Dick.
No, maybe you're right.
So.
Maybe you're right.
The other way.
Yeah, you might be right. The body language was indicating the other way, but see, I'm blind in my left eye, so I got an excuse. So that's to the left. That's why you got to bail me out.
Ronald Rollerson,
Space Eater,
has checked in, and he replaces Kevin Lyde, who's Temple underneath. Rollerson hands it off to Sanchez, and Temple will try to get the lead back. Karcher coming baseline, and there's a pushing foul against Cincinnati that time.
You know, Karcher has a mini version to his game of a former Digger Phelps player, Adrian Dantley. Has that kind of body. Doesn't have the scoring ability, obviously, that Dantley had at the low post, but he has that kind of ability. 6'5", back you down, shoot the little jump shot.
Karcher cuts, comes baseline, loses the handle, and on the turnover into Tate's hands. Now Satterfield will try to break it down. He was forced back outside.
And Satterfield and Logan together.
Johnson fires in and out, a rebound. Temple. And they turn it over. They have been uncharacteristically sloppy with the basketball today.
Well, when you average only 9.7 turnovers a game, think about that average. Only 9. They got 11 already today. So many teams average 17 to 18 turnovers.
Logan for the lead.
He can shoot it.
Got it.
He can shoot it. The scouting report says you cannot leave him open. He's automatic if he gets to look at that 3.
Windus John Chaney double back with Greer. Here's Sanchez handling the ball outside. Greer watching from the sideline. Karcher, trigger, yes, good body work by Karcher. Got the defender off him, got space, and came up firing.
He can play at the next level, Brad. He's got strength in that body. He's got touch. He's got great hands. Here's Sanchez, the catalyst, the leader of that matchup zone. He communicates with the players where they have to rotate.
Johnson, the 3.
Yes, sir. He can flat out play. DeMar Johnson's got ability, got talent.
His lead swells to 4.
These are 2 special basketball teams, Mr. Musburger. 2 special teams. Those that like March Madness, you better include these teams in your pool.
Back it in, Barnes. Comes up, yes, cuts the lead in half.
They got good balance offensively. They can score down in the low box. They can score on the wing. And remember, they're playing America's best. 42 in a row they've won on this floor. 42. The last time they lost was in November of '98 to Arizona State in the NIT preseason.
Martin out high. He's been quiet here in the second half offensively.
That matchup keeps him quiet. Doesn't get great looks on the inside. Gonna step to the foul line area is wide open.
Came outside. No. Temple. And I want to tell you that Rollerson has been doing a good job on that glass since coming off the bench.
Well, he uses that body well. Good space eater inside. We have an NCAA tournament environment here. The atmosphere, the intensity, the electricity.
Karcher, and it is blocked by Johnson.
Johnson stepping out with that great size. He's a perimeter player, but he's 6'8".
13:51 to go. Cincinnati leads it by 2. Timeout.
I've known this guy 5 minutes. He's already giving me investment advice.
For a recommendation on your portfolio, please press 3.
I'm gonna pay for this.
What was I Should my 401k be all stock? Should my 401k be all cash?
Why didn't they write this last month?
My portfolio should be overweighted in game companies.
Why does this guy think what works for him? It's gonna work for me.
Thank you, Payne Weber.
You know, when I was a little boy and I didn't feel well, my mommy would sit with me just like this until I felt better.
For over 40 years, Children's Tylenol has been helping parents make their children feel better.
And it always helped.
Always.
Unsurpassed safety with the proven gentle relief pediatricians recommend most.
You make a pretty good mommy, too.
Children's Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one size. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for $99. And all 70,000-mile tires are 4 for only $169. Even top-of-the-line 80,000-mile touring tires, all sizes 4 for $199. Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires. Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
I need a car?
There's a whole new way to shop for a used car.
No, a convertible. A red one. With under 15,000 miles.
Introducing Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
You couldn't help me with a loan, could you? Can we help you?
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
NCAA basketball presented by Payne Weber on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Oh, the celebrities are out today. The Big O, Oscar, he was everyone's guest at halftime. And the former Alabama coach, Wimp Sanderson, is working alongside us with Brad Sham. For the host broadcasters, he's on the radio call. The Wimp did a fine job down there with a Crimson Tide. And I've got the celebrity here next to me, Mr. Vital, Dickie V.
I'll tell you, Brad, we talk about Wimp Sanderson. He and Sonny Smith of Auburn have a radio show together down south, and they say it's a riot. Big O, I always thought he was the best ever to play the game until Michael came.
Karcher fouled on the shot.
If you had to pick the 5 best players ever as Karcher goes to the goal in the history of the game on a college level, I'd go with West and Mr. Robertson as my guard. As Karcher now seals off the defense with his body, draws the contact, goes to the line.
A little bit of a NBA continuation, on that to tie this game up. And then the putback is good, and there's the big fella, Willerson.
Yeah, he's really giving them productive minutes off that bench. Stepping in for Lyde. They are going to be such a major factor in the NCAA tournament, this Temple team, especially with a healthy Pepe Sanchez.
He looks healthy enough to me today, and he just got picked off big time by Tate.
I'll tell you, they could be my choice for my one of my Final Four teams.
And Tate very active on the baseline when he was fouled.
You think about Final Four, I love Michigan State, love Cincinnati. And I really look at this club. Stanford, you got to like as well, and I like Temple. I mean, those are the 4 teams that jump at me. Hey, what a big day yesterday for the Big East. I mean, yesterday had to be basketball heaven for the Big East. As you look at John Shady, I think they're going to get 6 teams in. St. John's beats Syracuse, Notre Dame beats Seton Hall, Miami beats Connecticut. I think those 3 clubs will join the upper echelon teams of Connecticut, Syracuse, and St. John's.
I can't keep up with you. I'm concentrating on this one. I got a 1-point game here. I can't worry about the Big East. I got 13-21. Will you pay attention to this one? It's a good one.
We got to talk about the nation. We got to let the nation know what's happening.
Go on SportsCenter to talk about the nation. Pepe Sanchez runs it down in the corner.
Man-to-man defense.
Here's the hot hand, Lynn Greer. If you weren't with us, he was 5 of 5. 3-point range in the first half. Back on the floor, he's number 14.
We got to get some shots for him.
Up firing. Missed that time, and Kenyon Martin yanks the rebound down.
He hurried that shot.
Oh, my God. For the lead. Back up. Up over the top, and it's Temple basketball. Wallerson very active on the glass.
Kenyon Moore can't get any layups, so he got hit.
And Karcher under pressure from Johnson.
I thought he got hit right there. No call. Don Chaney very quiet on the situation. I thought Karcher got hit.
Yeah, I agree, Dick.
You jumped all over me. I mean, I did 16. You jumped all over me. I mean, come on. I'm trying to let the nation know about the Big East and all. I give him and you jump all over me. Hey, write a letter in and tell protect me, okay? Musburger all over my case.
Murray fired one up over the glass. So tough D now at both sides. Here's Pepper.
I'll tell you what, Big Brett, they love you to sleep with that patience offensively.
Karcher, and he's tied up. And on the possession arrow, it's going to go over.
He just has such a system, and when they execute his system and he has the right parts, they are so difficult to beat. Hey, yesterday we talked about Duke's dominance in the ACC. What about Cincinnati? Won 5 consecutive Conference USA championships. Duke has won 4 in a row in the ACC. That is dominance.
Satterfield, who has been patient against this defense. We've got to give him credit for that. Trying to attack from the left baseline up with the runner. Beautiful.
I tell you, got to clear out on that side. And a man-to-man, he is so difficult to handle because of his superb quickness.
Temple's turn.
We got a mail-out smasher right here. Every possession becomes so big.
They're paying attention to Greer, aren't they, this half?
Yeah, they're attacking him right now, and obviously they have to make him 5 for 5 in the first half.
Wadley under pressure. Great defense by Cincinnati on this trip, and they force a violation. Shot clock violation, no question. It had expired. Higgins had the call. It goes over.
I'll tell you, both clubs playing great defense. Both clubs really getting at it. Here's Mr. Satterfield, one of Musburger's favorites.
We've got a timeout.
We need a car?
A minivan.
No.
An SUV.
With leather.
Blue.
Green.
Bluish green?
Introducing Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Now we need insurance.
And a loan.
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Mom, Dad, a 37-year-old that lives at home should pay rent.
It's great, Mark.
But I want airline miles. Or points.
I don't understand.
My rent would earn me airline miles. And with points, I could upgrade to, like, grandma's rooms.
Like a rewards program.
Whatever.
Yeah, what does this look like, a Holiday Inn?
More ways to collect and redeem points than any other hotel program. That's today's Holiday Inn.
Tests have shown that some brake pads can take more than 20 feet longer to stop a car.
An independent lab developed D3EA, the only lab test which determines if brake pads are consistent with federal safety standards. Raybestos professional grade brakes are D3EA certified.
What was 20 feet from you after your last sudden stop? So demand Raybestos and look for this seal.
Raybestos, the best in brakes.
Michelin would like to remind you, there's only one safety feature on the road that actually touches the road. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
America's finest skaters in a one-of-a-kind ABC sports event. No rules, no judges, just skating. The Chevrolet Skating Spectacular, next on ABC.
Well, our Payne Weber Senior of the Week is one of Dick's favorite. Stanford forward Mark Madsen, and he's an outstanding student, 3.2 GPA as an econ major. You know, this young man regularly visits the Children's Hospital at Stanford, speaks at youth clinics out on the West Coast on the dangers of drugs and the importance of education. And Payne Weber donates $1,000 to the Senior of the Week Scholarship Fund in the name of Cardinal Senior Mark Mad Dog Madsen. And this, of course, could be the Senior of the Year, Kenyon Martin, although, Dick, he's only 3 of 10 here today. And let's bring in Brad Doherty. What about the matchup zone down low by Temple right now, Brad?
Well, Temple's to be commended. Their discipline is outstanding in the zone. What happens is the game wears on. You have a tendency to work higher and higher, leaving the backdoor lobs and that type of thing open. They're staying very tight in the zone. And Ronald Rollerson, who's in there, the big wide body, has a lot of activity. He's been doing a very good job on the backboard.
Fletcher kicks it out, and Logan fires the tray, rattles in, yes.
That's the one guy they got to match up on. They can't allow him to get a square look at the goal. He can shoot the three.
Lead back to 4.
I felt that he would be a big player off the bench, Steve Logan. Veteran player, relegated to coming in as a third guard, stepping up big, hit 2 big threes today.
Greer's had only 1 shot in the second half, being hounded by Logan. Sanchez up firing, no. But Temple gets it back. Kicked out, and Greer misses that time.
He's actually taken 2 bad shots here in the second half. They haven't been the good looks that he had in the first half. This can get to a little danger time right here. Look at the 3 points in the first half. 3-point shot, 1 for 5 now. Second half, 5 of those 7 were by Greer.
And Greer sits.
I'll tell you, Brent, this can really be danger time. The next 3 minutes can really be dangerous for Temple. Because they're not a club that's going to put a lot of points on a board quickly. They can't afford to fall down 9-10. The scouting report, he can shoot it. You got to match up on him, Mr. Musburger. You got to listen to me when I tell you about him shooting the ball. Come on, Brent, you got to listen about Mr. Logan. They got to match up on that guy. They can't let him shoot.
Biggest lead of the game for the Bearcats.
Wow. You know, it's amazing. Coaches will prepare scouting reports, and if you went in a locker room right now with Temple, they have it right up there that this guy can shoot the ball, yet they let him catch it, square the body, and get the good look. Hey, Brad, do you guys ever look at those scouting reports when you're in a locker room?
Well, yeah, you look at the scouting report, Dick, but what happens in those circumstances is you're playing against this guy, and you're hoping, you're kind of faking it. You're hoping that he's going to pass it and try to run the offense and not shoot it because you can't always get to him.
Archer fouled on the 3 by Logan. Cincinnati in the middle of a 9-2 run over the last 4:20 here, and
Bobby Huggins not happy with the foul, with the play by Logan. He's not questioning the foul. He's questioning the defensive effort by Logan. Really poor play right there.
Temple looking for his first free throw of the game. They're now 0 for 4. Cincinnati, on the other hand, 6 of 10.
That makes it so tough to win on a road when you take the schneid on a free throw line.
There it is, their first throw of the game. First successful throw of the game.
Both these guys, Bobby Huggins and John Chaney, so active in their communities.
Got 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 is great in baseball, isn't it? 2 out of 3, you're an all-time Hall of Famer. Now they're going to match up outside on Logan. They're going to try to reverse him the ball.
Center field on the runner, floats it up. Tapped in by Martin. Kenyon Martin.
Eventually he gets the gap in his seam and attacks the offensive board. They have many ways they can hurt you.
They double when he picks up his dribble. Karcher, he's got to go to work offensively and quickly. Michael all over him, doing an outstanding job, and now talking to him too. Karcher fires off the screen. Yes! Banks in the tray.
And he stares, and he has a little more talk from Mr. Michael.
Oh, great duel between those two, Jack.
We had 2 warriors going head to head, and they are talking some street. He said, you got no game. You got no game. He says, I got game.
Karcher's 8 of 14 in the game. Michael cuts on the inside, and he's fouled. Works his way to the free throw line.
Nice pass by Kenyon Martin, catching the cutting. Michael going down and gutting the defense. Here's Karcher now, going to square the body from the 3. Gets that good rotation, kisses it off the glass. He said, glass all the way.
Pair here for Michael. He's made his 2 field goal attempts here in the second half, and now he's made all 3 of his free throw attempts.
Well, at least he's stepping up offensively. Bobby Huggins got to be really happy that he's thinking offense. In the first half, he didn't think offense, didn't even take an attempt.
Sanders and Greer sit for Coach Chaney.
14 and Greer.
Waved off.
They get an illegal screen. Michael drew it. Don Chaney not happy.
And he's all over Higgins. And our coverage presented by Payne Weber returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
My dad wouldn't have called this retirement. I mean, who would have...
When do I get to retire from managing my money? Now that I have
Co-trustees.
7 grandkids.
Kind of funny how investing was easier when I didn't have any money. Titanium bikes are overrated.
I always thought earning money was the hard part. Keeping it's the real job.
I wonder, should we take the income?
Should we reinvest?
Thank you, Payne Weber.
I need a car?
There's a whole new way to shop for a used car.
No, a convertible. A red one. With under 15,000 miles.
Introducing Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
You couldn't help me with a loan, could you? Can we help you?
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
The extra service, the quality of the service at Jiffy Lube is a mindset. It's a pride in what we do. It's our people understanding that the customer has every opportunity to go somewhere else.
Well, I have pride in the Jiffy Lube name and the job we do, and that we do the job well.
Jiffy Lube's a great place to work if you love cars the way we do.
I've had this, love affair of cars, if you will, for many, many years, and I think, it's just a lot of us in this business are that way.
What kind of beer you got? Food?
Anything else?
Haydn's Cello Concerto in C major.
Which performance? Gorski, Piatti, or Chin?
How's that possible?
Our jukebox has every performance by every artist of every piece of music ever recorded.
Could your business use the bandwidth to change everything? Ride the light. Quest.
What parents need to know about childhood vaccinations tonight at 10.
Cincinnati's lead is 6, 57-51. Our Beck's storyline shows you just how well Cincinnati has played, committing only 5 turnovers. Temple shooting well in this game, being led by 2 players, Greer and Karcher, with a total of 35 points. Let's go back and compare the coaches as we were going to break John Chaney with that stare on referee Tim Higgins. What he was really upset about was that it was the official across the floor, clear across the floor, not Higgins, who made that call, and he was asking Higgins why that would happen. Huggins, of course, he works the officials regularly. So the 2 active guys here.
Oh, they really get after it, no question. They're into it. These guys have so much passion and so much emotion. They're not forcing a turnover on the matchup, and you got to credit this kid Satterfield, really doing a good job against a defense that has really caused a nightmare for so many teams.
Back into Michael's hands.
Brent, the big question in March is going to be, can you win a national championship with a diaper dandy backcourt? No one's ever done that, won a national title with 2 freshman guards, but the landscape has changed in college basketball. These kids have got a lot of experience.
Karcher. Oh, is he hot? He's 16 second-half points, Dick. 22 for the game.
Well, he's got that uncanny ability of making plays happen. He can create plays.
Satterfield. They trap him in the corner. And I believe they call a timeout.
Good timeout. He was really in no man's land right there. And Bobby All, Sartorio resplendent. Mr. Cheney, he just hanging loose,
Dick,
having a ball.
Let me ask you a question while we've got this timeout.
About the Big East? I'll tell you about the Big East. What do you want to know about the Big East? You want to know if there's 6 teams getting in?
I want to ask you, who's going to replace Bobby Crimmins at Georgia Tech?
Wow.
Who would you rate? Let me put it to you this way. Suppose the athletic director called you, and well might, and asked for a recommendation. Who would you say would do a very good job down at Georgia Tech?
Well, it's such a great city, great visibility, great conference. I would say right now the hot name is going to be Bill Self. I really believe they're excited about him from Tulsa, where he has a tremendous club. The guy that I would go after, my first choice, if I were in charge, I would go after Kelvin Sampson of Oklahoma. I think he would fit perfectly there.
Brad Doherty, who are you voting for?
Brett, I think you have to go after Mark Price. Mark Price is one of the all-time great players in Georgia Tech basketball history. I think you keep it in the family. You get someone there who has Georgia Tech background, Georgia Tech pride. It means something to those people. He'd be a great head coach.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He gets the job. He hires you as the assistant.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Kenyon Martin pulls the trigger. One thing about Mark Price, he could get Brad Doherty to basketball.
Yeah. The Cavs dynamite duo for the Cavs hooked up down in Atlanta. That would be a great story.
These are important minutes.
Yeah, they really are, because 6 points is a long way away with the patience that Temple plays with. Every possession now, as we get late in the game, becomes so big to Temple.
Sanchez, 3, yes. Big shot by Pepe Sanchez from Argentina.
Well, there's the experience, the solid performer, the senior stepping up, responding to the challenge.
And the fouls against Barnes. And a reminder that next you're going to see some of America's finest skaters in a one-of-a-kind ABC sports event, performing only for the audience and themselves. No rules, no judges, just skating. It is the Chevrolet Skating Spectacular, next at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on ABC. Satterfield coming to the line. He has played a solid game, 3 of 8. He has 4 assists.
I'll tell you, if you talk about a big shot in this game, that was a major shot by Sanchez. If you could identify one big opportunity, Sanchez's 3 was major.
Temple basketball down 59-56.
Just old schoolboy basketball, really playing the game with great understanding, hustling, scrapping, moving the basketball, trying to hang with the #1 team in the nation.
Archer draws the foul. He has been an offensive force, hasn't he?
He's a scorer.
Dick, my question, are they just about a score short, Temple?
Well, you know, when you look at him, you would like to have another guy that can score for you. I thought they had the guy last year at the NCAA. I thought treated him unfairly, Rashid Brokenborough. He should have been eligible to play. He graduated, but he was not a partial qualifier, so they said he could not get the extra year. But, you know, you'd like to have an extra scorer, but Greer can provide that off the bench, and Karcher's just got a nose for the basket.
Yeah, you said he had to step up, and he certainly has here in the second half. Remember, he missed a lot of minutes because of 2 fouls in the first half. That's a Cheney rule. Cheney's not alone there among coaches who keep players out. Now it's a 1-point game again, Dick. 59-58, 5.5 minutes.
It's been what's been advertised. Here it is. 10 in a row, won by Temple. 16 in a row by Cincinnati.
Michael slashes, and Karcher fouls him.
And he doesn't waste time. He gets the hand up. He says yes. Michael spotted an opening in the defense and tried to attack that goal.
3 fouls on Karcher. That's his first in the second half.
John Cheney was in Ohio on Thursday, beating Dayton, and as you said, he didn't go back home. Stayed here Friday and Saturday.
I told everybody how Pepe Sanchez wasn't going to play. He planted the seeds of doubt.
Yeah, had us all believing that. Had us get our filler material. That's why I had my Big East material. I had it all ready to roll, and I got to get that stuff out. You're lucky I love you, big fella. And we have so much fun. Oh, wow. There's Michael stroking the free throws now. He's come up big here in the second half after taking his Zippo at halftime. Sanchez always under control with the basketball. Oh, wide open.
Karcher coming into the paint. Little off balance, tap back. Cincinnati, Quignon pulled it back down, and he traveled. Logan turned around, and Pepe Sanchez forces the turnover.
Yes, sir. Sanchez created that walk. Logan tried to avoid him. Look at Bobby. Relax, Bobby. I'm going to watch the kick out, the pitch out. Now here comes Sanchez. He tried to avoid him and took the extra step. We got good officials on this game. Donato, Lemmo, and Higgins.
As he got past Michael, foul is called on Pete. That's 3, or that, check that, let me correct that. That's the 4th foul on Michael. That is huge. That is number 4. I thought it was only 3, and I'm corrected on that. Of course, I want to remind everybody, as he comes out right now, that's big. He's their best defensive player over there. Time permitting, stay tuned for the Payne Weber post-game report. John Saunders and Bigger Phelps will have all the scores and highlights from around the country. How about the fighting average? You mentioned that. I think of every time I mention Digger's name, and that'd be great if Matt Doherty gets him into the NCAA, the big dance this year.
I think he needs one more win. He gets one more win, they get in. And Troy Murphy gets 35 and a 2-point win on the road against Seton Hall. That's big, as you said. If this game ever goes to overtime, you're certainly going to want him on the floor if you're Cincinnati.
Into the hands of Satterfield, so the lead stays at 2.
And the free throw line.
59.
Free throw lines hurt Temple. They don't get away, though, do they, Brent? They don't get away, the Bearcats, from this club.
Very few teams do get away from Temple.
We got 2 quality teams hooking up here.
The steal. Jumping out beautifully was Lamont Barnes.
Barnes really good, stepping into the passing lane, anticipated well. John Chaney doing a little dance on the sideline, making like a little Louis Carnesecca.
Sanchez waits for someone. Wobbly, and it'll be the fella who's carried him short on the shot. And the foul. Karcher rose up, went for the tie, and the foul is called.
You know, Mark Karcher almost went to Georgia Tech, but at the last minute, I guess could not get in academically because the ACC would not take kids that do not qualify, and he recommended that he go to Temple. Oh, you got to make those free throws, Brent. You're on the road. You got to make those. John Chaney can't believe it. Went to Bethune-Cookman. He was a great player years ago. He's a legend on the streets of Philly.
Missed them both.
Not even close. The second one.
Cincinnati with a 2-point lead and the basketball at the 4-minute mark, trying to extend the longest winning streak in the nation here today, gunning for number 17 in a row. No basket.
Triple down for 32. Lamont Barnes is fourth. Team down number 9.
This guy Fletcher comes off the bench, gives them quality minutes. He and Logan get a lot of experience when they step off the bench.
Ryan Fletcher in the line, shooting 1 and the bonus.
Fletcher missing the free throw into Wadley's hands. Now for the tie again. This crowd very uneasy, coming down to the final minutes here.
You'd be uneasy too as this club plays.
Karcher for the lead, got it.
I'll tell you, feel a little easy if you're John Chaney. The ball gets in his hands. He can shoot the rock, baby. Will this be upset city?
He needs to shoot his free throws from three-point land.
Wow.
Oh, here they come again. Looking for numbers, they're going to slow it down.
Smart play, getting back. Cincinnati did a great job getting back defensively.
Wadley fires, yes.
I'll tell you, these kids are tough mentally. Oh, are they tough mentally? America, recognize the name, Temple.
This happened with Pete Michael in foul trouble. Remember that.
Yeah, that's big, him on the sideline.
Johnson fires, misses the three. Temple basketball. Kevin Lyde.
They got some momentum with each possession now. They're a dangerous team with the lead, the way they manage the clock.
Got a 6-0 Temple run right now. Karcher, Johnson the defender.
See, the one thing that's happened here today, Cincinnati hasn't created offense off their defense. Can't get any layups off the defense.
And 5 on the shot. Wadley's got to go to work. Fires the 3. Yes!
Oh, is that big, baby? Is that big?
A 6-point lead at the 2:10 mark.
They need a TO, baby.
They got it.
42 in a row. Number 1 in the nation. They're jumping with joy down at Stanford.
So Temple hits its last 4 shots to carve a 6-point lead.
You talk about stepping up big, Brent. I mean, these are big shots. Karcher all day long has been such a major factor. And what about Wadley? He says, anything you can do, I can do better, Mr. Karcher. Oh, this has been a special one this afternoon. And now Wadley again. There it is. That's a long-range J. He shot that from downtown Cincinnati. Sanchez's 3, I thought, was the major 3.
That made the lead 59 to 56 at the 6.5-minute mark. So it's now 67-61. Cincinnati, 2 minutes to go. Number 1 in jeopardy at home. Kenyon Martin's shot is blocked. Temple basketball.
He hasn't gotten anything easy today, Brent. Nothing easy offensively. They're going to take that clock down now. Gets down to making free throws. Got to watch the 5-second count.
Here's Quincy Wadley.
Wadley's so much more comfortable when he's the off guard.
Wadley fires a 3. No. Battle for the rebound, and out comes Michael. Going to drive the length of the floor, and the foul goes against Temple here at 1:27.
Stops the clock, gets them on a free throw line, allows them to get into their defensive pressure set as well. I'll tell you, Linda Bruno's on cloud 9, the commissioner in the crowd for the Atlantic 10 here today. Mike's live here as well. There's Wadley missing. There's the rebound. Here comes Michael wheeling out. He just made his mind up. He was going the length of the court.
Meet Michael at the line, shooting 2.
Shady's got to be certainly proud of the effort of his kids, but he wants no moral victory here. Beat this club last year. They believe they can win. That's half the battle psychologically. You've got to believe you can win.
Got them both. We've got a timeout. John Chaney, a chance to upset number 1. Huggins needs to rally in the last 1:27. Timeout.
Let's see. College in 4 years. Costs up 40% over the next 5. Somebody do the math here.
It'd be great if our money would grow as fast as these kids. I can't believe
Will paying for college be as painful as this? It's getting ugly.
Hey, that kid just dropped a pretzel? Because I like pretzels. I really like
We'll
pretzels.
be able to help with their education.
I wonder if we should have put that money in a trust. Maybe we would have...
I hope she was kidding about college in Hawaii.
Thank you, Payne Weber.
Got any books I might like?
What did you have in mind?
Homer's Odyssey in the original 5th century Greek.
Attic, Doric, or Ionic dialect?
How's that possible?
I have every edition of every book ever published in every language.
Could your business use the bandwidth to change everything? Ride the light. Quest.
Freedom. Control. What a ride. Just you and your laptop. Log on to autobytel.com for dealer cost info, reviews, and a low, no-haggle price. It's a hassle-free trip. autobytel.com. The road to your next car.
If you can't stop here, Stop here for genuine Midas brakes. Now just $69.95 after rebate. Guaranteed nationwide for as long as you own your car. Next stop, go Midas.
NCAA basketball presented by Payne Weber on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Payne Weber. Thank you, Payne Weber. Midas. Go safely. Go Midas. And Beck's. A beer apart.
The nation's longest winning streak, 16 games, is in jeopardy right now. Cincinnati trails it by 4 as Mark Karcher, red hot with 22 of Temple's 34 points in this half. Kenyon Martin scoring only 13 here today, and from the floor he is 5 of 13, so the defense has troubled him.
They've really done a great job controlling him on the inside, taking any angles away, really closing off the lane inside, not allowing him to get anything easy.
They'll run the baseline. We're trying to come free.
Full court pressure.
They need to move quickly. Conley's got the ball, and the foul is going to be called on Satterfield with 1:20 to go, and they will come up to the free throw line at the other end, and we've got a timeout.
And this is going to be big. This has been a problem making free throws for Temple. They got to convert on a free throw line. That's where they're going to go the rest of this game.
I think we got a quick reminder here about Big Monday. It's tomorrow on ESPN in Connecticut against St. John's. St. John's coming off a big win, and Connecticut a huge loss against Miami. Oklahoma State, Missouri. UNLV against Utah. Utah beaten last night at the Pit in Albuquerque. Dick, let me ask you about Oklahoma State. That's another team that could wind up with a 1 or a 2 seed.
Oh, Eddie Sutton's club really excels. They do a great job in terms of executing offensively, and they defend. And Eddie Sutton, one of those guys who just knows how to win. Free throws, 5 for 12 today, 42%. Not on a line now, not in a bonus situation. They can really take chances now to gamble to go for the steal. If they don't get it, you foul.
And there is Martin. And
Sam, just give him a hug.
Yeah.
Just give him a hug. I'm not hurting him. I give him a hug.
Bearcats foul number 4, Kenyon Martin.
And now they're coming up. As far as we said a short time ago, just before that timeout, they still had 1 more to go. And Lamont Barnes coming up here.
Hey, you and I were batting around last night about when's the last time a team had the Player of the Year win the national title. It was UCLA, Eddie O'Bannon.
Yeah.
Eddie O'Bannon, UCLA, Jimmy Herrick in his days of glory. That was the year that Tyus Edney went to Leonard Court to beat Missouri. All right, this is big again. Back to the free throw line.
A huge free throw for Lamont Barnes, and John Chaney's team leads it by 5 with 1:19 to go.
We got a 2-possession game here, even if he converts this one. If you're Temple, when you come back down the floor, you got to be concerned about 3-point shooters. Fletcher can shoot the 3, and so can Logan.
Missed that one.
Fletcher and Logan, the 2 guys can shoot the 3, and then you have Morton attack the basket.
Down 5. What can they do against this matchup?
Oh, he picked up the dribble.
Turn it over. And Wadley is fouled by Satterfield. Nothing he could do about it but foul him. They're looking for the intentional over there on that Temple sideline. No question about that.
See, like right now, as we see the turnovers, he picks up his dribble. That's a no-no. That's a mistake by the young guard. And then he grabs him. He has no other choice. They want the intentional. Dean Demopoulos and Nate Blackwell do a great job for Temple on that sideline, helping John Chaney.
I think he fouled him before he actually
grabbed him. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Mr. Musburger. So you're sharp. You're right on it. You're right on it.
It's amazing what our cameraman can show us, right? Knocking it down, and it's going to be tough now, Dick.
There's Dean Demopoulos, the guy that's been so loyal and dedicated. Yeah, it's going to be really difficult now. You're looking at a potential, if he converts this, a 3-possession game. Oh, it's been fun here, Mr. Musburger. It's been fun, my friend.
As good as advertised. This game was hyped all week.
Well, you said last night we're having dinner, and he says, does it get better than this, Dickie V? We're having dinner at Morton's. We're here in Cincinnati. #1 playing against a team that's dangerous. You're right. Doesn't get better than this.
Michael on a drive. Gives him a life with 58 seconds.
It's hard to believe that he didn't take a shot in the first half. Got good quickness.
It is 5, and there's the foul by Johnson.
They're stunned. They're stunned. I've had now there are 2 games that they've lost against Xavier. That was a different kind of game, a fast-paced game. And now here against Temple again. They want to make sure they don't see Temple in the NCAA tournament. Look at John Chaney. He's working that sideline. What a road trip this has been. Dayton.
One of the longest home winning streaks in the country. You know, they've won 42 in a row here at the Shoe, and down by 5. Make it 6 as Barnes has been lethal at the free throw line for Chaney.
Well, they're making free throws now late in the game, and that's when you want to make them. The longest win streak down there in Utah with 50 in a row.
In and out. Satterfield.
2-possession game right now. Got to kick it out to guys like Logan. Got to get Logan some touches. Oh, good job. He's covered.
So Kenyon Martin for the left corner, short. Tap back out. Ends of Wadley's hands. And he's fouled by Logan with 42 seconds.
Unless it's a miracle, unless you got a scoop, we got upset city here in the Queen City. Yes, my friends, there'll be no automatic walking to that national championship in college basketball. One bad night, the party's over, and they're celebrating the new #1, Stanford.
The reason why, John Chaney. Chaney rules folks like almost no other coach in the country.
Hall of Famer.
Wadley knocks it in. Here's a man that before the season started, he decided that all his players' hair was going to be cut short this year. Facial stubble had to be shaved. Ears and necks metal free. He wanted to see no jewelry, no bracelets, no rings, no body piercing, and come to work at 5 o'clock. And look how it pays off against #1. The work ethic lives in Philly. Logan, no. Come back and a rejection underneath. Temple basketball, 30 seconds, shooting throws again. And folks, they're up by 8, and they are headed for upset. And Dickie V, now tell me, who's going to be #1?
Well, it's got to be Stanford, the Cardinal. I don't think there's any doubt about it. What about Arizona without Laura Woods yesterday, blowing out UCLA? I mean, that program is really right now in struggle city down there.
Let me ask you this. Okay. Is Cincinnati in danger of losing a 1 seed with this loss?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. When you talk about Cincinnati in the year they've had, that would be an injustice based on just losing here today to a quality team. I mean, if Temple has Sanchez all year long, Brett, we're not talking about 17 or 18 in America. They're right up there in the Super 6, maybe the top 5.
They could climb into that top 8 spot. 1 or 2 is so big as Logan misses, but put back not there off Kenyon Martin. Satterfield cleans it up on the other side with 18 seconds to go.
You know, you mentioned about John Chaney and the things he required. Isn't it beautiful, though, that a guy wants discipline and the players listen to him about discipline?
Absolutely.
That's one of the things missing in society today, and why we've had the problems with violence and all the things out there today, where people just don't have any more of the respect for authority.
One other point about John. He doesn't get the blue chip kids, the kids that go to Duke and North Carolina. Yes, he's got to take some chances. He's got to take some JC kids. But let me tell you something. If you're around these Temple kids, they get an education under John Chaney. They behave themselves. They're nice to talk to. I think it's one of the best run programs in the country.
And that's why I've said so many times, you got to really give this guy a tribute. And the tribute should be the ultimate, and that is induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Look at that man over there.
Hey, you and I got to make a flight now. Come on, you're going to lead the way, and we got to get out of here, man. We got a 4:30 flight. We got to get rolling, Mr. Musburger. I got to get to Sarasota to see Griffey tomorrow.
I thought you wanted to get to Sarasota to see Lorraine.
Oh, yeah.
Right
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Don't be putting Griffey.
I know you want to go see Arlene.
Wife.
You're going to Jupiter to see Mark McGuire.
That's true. He'll be in Temple. I'll be already there. 17 seconds to go here, and Temple wrapping it up. It has been an upset. So Huggins, who was knocked out by the Owls in the second round in Boston a year ago, in here today, being upset. His home winning streak comes to an end. The longest winning streak overall, 16 straight. Now about to be history. And Pepe Sanchez, remember before the game, will he or won't he? And you got to wonder.
I'll tell you one thing. You talk about great point guards in America. We talk about Elamine, and we talk about players like Mateen Cleaves and Scooty Penn, Eric Barkley. They're outstanding, but you better include the name Sanchez on that list.
Yes, indeed. What a great job for Pepe Sanchez. Karcher stepped it up scoring. It was Greer in the first half hitting all those threes. Let's not forget him.
And also Rolison off the bench, and Barnes and Lyde and that gang not allowing themselves to be intimidated by the presence of Kenyon Martin, who today was a good player but not a superstar.
Satterfield rolls it in with the left hand. The final 5 seconds, and the foul in the backcourt on the trap. But Huggins and Cincinnati know the end is here, and the Temple players congratulating each other. A job well done. Huggins, a quality team. They'll regroup. These youngsters will be back. They apparently did not play well down in Houston, I was told by some folks who saw that game.
Well, after they got the big lead, they let the lead evaporate. That's something that's happening to them. But, you know, that's the beauty of college basketball versus football. A loss like this is not going to really hurt Cincinnati other than maybe drop it in the polls. And you know and I know the only poll that counts is at the end if the March Madness.
Exactly.
Well, we've had a good doubleheader. I won't see you now until North Carolina and Duke.
Cameron
Indoor Stadium. Talk about great jobs. What a job Mike Krzyzewski's done. He'd be my choice as National Coach of the Year, reloading with those 4 new players.
I got to tell you something, my friend. We cannot look past John Chaney now.
Oh, I agree.
He's definitely a factor. At the buzzer, that's
Yes,
it.
sir.
77-69.
Wow. That's a nice hug. Hall of Famer John Chaney. Get him in the Hall of Fame.
Upset City here. The Temple Owls, coached by John Chaney. Do it. Let's send you to John Saunders and Digger Phelps. We had a good one here in Cincinnati.
Brad, you did as well. Cincinnati with a big lead with about 7 minutes left in the game. Temple's beaten them now 3 straight games. Bonus coverage out to the Big 12. Kansas and Oklahoma in the final seconds of a good one.
Jeff Boschee misses the second. We'd like to welcome the nation to Fog Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas leading by 2 over Oklahoma. 21 seconds left in the ball game, and OU turns it over.
It's been a sequence of bad plays, Ron. I mean, it's amazing that Oklahoma, they came out of that missed free throw as if there was 5 seconds in the game. They had 30. Nolan Johnson almost turns it over. Then Naharad does turn it over. They had plenty of time to be calm and patient. KU had just missed 4 straight free throws. And Eduardo with a turnover.
John's point is so well taken. 4 straight missed field goals. And you thought certainly with Boschee going to the free throw line 82% that he would knock down at least one of them. So it's still a one-trip ball game, but KU has the basketball. Kansas 9 of 20 at the free throw lines. They got 2 timeouts left. They don't want them. OU has 1 timeout left. And John, who do you foul when they come back out?
Well, obviously Kansas is going to try to keep the ball in Boschee's hands, 80% free throw shooter, though he's just missed 2 and has been on a little bit of struggle with his shooting. This Kansas team is not a good foul shooting team. You've got a number of guys, Bradford in the 60 range, Collison in the 60 range.
Well, they've missed their last 6, not just his last 4 in the sequence, but the last 6 at the line.
Heinrich, an 80% free throw shooter, but you have to foul him. You can't sit back and wait. You've wasted now 7 seconds.
So Raymond with the foul, 14.3 seconds left in the ball game.
The freshman, again, 80% foul shooter.
Difficulty in this one, as we talked about earlier in the game. If Oklahoma loses it, they go to 8-4. Kansas will step up to 8-4, and then we're really logjam because the bottom 4 teams, or the bottom 8 teams, I should say, are the ones that play on the first day. The top 4 get a bye in the tournament.
Smooth stroke by the freshman. His first point of the afternoon. They'd only taken 1 field goal attempt. That was obviously his first free throw attempt.
53-50, and Kellen Sampson calls a timeout for the Sooners. At halftime, it was Kansas leading by 4, but then the Sooners came back and took the lead, but it has been a game of back and forth. Lead changes and ties stand right now at 6 ties and 14 lead changes. Largest
biggest lead by the Sooners, 3, and the largest by Kansas, 7 points. And as you look at those standings again, as we told you, what it means is Oklahoma and Kansas will be deadlocked.
And think of the next 2 nights. Oklahoma State at Missouri on Monday night. Tuesday night, it's Texas at Iowa State. So all these teams are going to be playing each other in the next 2 weeks.
By Wednesday, some things would have been sorted out. Not a great deal of distance between the two as Heinrich misses, and they can get a tie with the 3 as we go to 10 seconds left in the ball game. Newton for 3. Off the rim. Avila battles for the ball. 3 seconds. Down to 2. Raymond puts up a desperation 3, and the Kansas Jayhawks have held off Oklahoma 53-50.
Sooners got a good look there, Ron. Newton, a good shooter. Prior to that, though, they're going to look at this film and think, hey, we had our chances down the stretch. 4 shots and a turnover. Cost them the ball game. Good win for this Jayhawk team. Take a look. Kelly Newton, a terrific outside shooter. Over 40%. Gets a good look. Hand in the face. Just a little short, and now all of a sudden, Fox going to line out J.R. Raymond. They covered him up in the corner and nowhere to go. And big win for this Kansas team.
So Oklahoma came into this ball game shooting 40% from beyond the arc. They finished today 5 of 22, and they lose it 53-50. For John Sunvol, Ron Franklin saying so long from Lawrence, Kansas. John Saunders, back to you.
He bailed Michigan out with a great individual move with the shot clock winding down. One guy we haven't heard from in the second half, once again because of foul trouble, who's on the bench, is Blanchard for Michigan.
Crawford now leads Michigan with 11. Purdue's lead is 6. We've played 7 minutes here in the second half. Michigan's been in the zone all day. Maynard Lewis missing it. Rebound, Crawford, and Jamal Crawford, the freshman, almost lost it. He did. 15 turnovers on Michigan. Brian Cardinal with a breather, and look how he's turned it on in the second half. Boy, Michigan has had 8 turnovers alone in this half.
Not quite a bakery, but more of a mini mart in terms of turnover number there, Tom.
And Purdue only 1 miscue. But there's a miscue. Purdue turns it over. Brandon Smith in just his 3rd game since coming back from knee surgery, and he was a part of this turnover.
Way too long a pass for Cunningham to try to make that cross-court pass. And Smith, once again, Tom, showing his athleticism, able to cut in front of it, create a transition opportunity, goes out of bounds, but Michigan will retain possession.
Rodney Smith out, Brian Cardinal back in. How long will it be before we mention Cardinal's name on a play? And out front, a holding foul called on Maynard Lewis of the Boilermakers. That is only the 2nd foul on Lewis and the 2nd on Purdue this half. Well, Gene Katie put the suit coat back on for the 2nd half, but it won't be on there for long. He can be guaranteed of that. Underneath, Smith with a layup.
Excellent job by Smith. Set a little back screen, rolled to the rim. Good find by Crawford.
He's the 3rd Wolverine in double figures. Brandon Smith with 10. Inside, Young deflected it to Asselin. And Allison with a jam for the sophomore out of New Palestine, Indiana.
That is what you would call in France a garbage basket. He had no reason to get that ball. It just was deflected to him. He was Johnny on the spot and cleaned up.
6-point Boilermaker lead. 8 minutes into the second half. This is Blanchard. Smith. Blanchard faking by Crawford. Driving. Blocked inside by Allison. Michigan wanted a goaltend. Brian Ellerby is screaming. Michigan on the defensive end. Purdue by 6. Traveling called on Carson Cunningham. Now Gene Katie is furious. Gene Katie, a college football player, Kansas State. John Allison with a big dunk. As Purdue leads by 6.
Remember life in the fast lane?
I do.
First you meet, then you get married, and things slow down.
Yeah, right.
To help you keep up, drive the supercharged Regal GS Sport Sedan. Plenty of room, standard traction control, and the most power in its class. And now, Regal comes with something that'll make it even easier to drive. Regal by Buick, official car of the supercharged family.
Dodge Ram's payload and towing capabilities are the stuff of legend, but there's a load more. Ram introduced the world's first quad cab. Ram's available Magnum V10 is the largest and most powerful V10 in a full-size pickup. And Ram pickups are the longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. We could go on, and on, and on. Now get $500 cash allowance on all new 2000 model year Ram pickups.
Combat Rangers. They're rough, they're tough, they're battle-tested. They're lean, mean fighting machines. When there's a battle to be won, Combat Rangers get the job done. Making backyards safe for democracy.
Now, tell me why they're wearing dresses.
The commando uniforms didn't arrive from China. That's because you picked the wrong shipping company.
Next time, use the only U.S. Express shipper with direct routes from China, FedEx. Be absolutely sure.
Matching night vision tiara sold separately.
Take a bite, Mr. Submarine. I said take a bite, Mr. Submarine. Will satisfy your appetite the best you've ever seen.
Hurry in for our super meal deal. Any regular sub baked fresh on Toronto bread, a bag of Frito-Lay chips, and a 16-ounce ice-cold RC Cola, just $3.69.
Mr. Submarine.
Just listen to me. Don't panic. It's a delicate procedure, but I'll talk you through it.
With a 290 horsepower engine, the LS400 is fast.
First, find your retractors. Now reach into the body cavity.
And with its advanced shift shock reduction, it's remarkably smooth as well.
Gently, I want you to extract the patient's humerus bone.
I got it. Oops.
Back to med school for you, pal.
For an unshakable value, see your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
Okay, nice little two-man game. The old screen and roll, Tom. The oldest play in the book. Then watch Lewis right here. Gets his hand on it, tries to save it. Fortunately, he didn't hurt himself as he tumbled into the photographers over there.
He is okay. So Kirchhoff now back in the ballgame for Purdue. A former walk-on, one of the co-captains. Cardinal finding Lewis on the baseline. What a look to Robinson. Oh, Lewis with a pretty pass. Robinson very patiently gives Purdue a 6-point lead. 4 points for Robinson.
And right now with that Michigan zone is lacking, Tom, they're putting very poor pressure on the basketball, the guy with the ball, allowing him clear angles to look and find the open cutters.
This is Blanchard with a good fake. Blanchard hitting the deck, hits the shot. And the freshman out of Ann Arbor now with 14. Michigan back to within 4. We're halfway through the second half. Young cuts off Cardinal on the baseline. This is Kirchhoff.
Michigan's abandoned that zone right now, going man-to-man.
Cardinal to miss. Young with a rebound. And the Wolverines with the ball down 4, 9:45 to play. Crawford. Offensive foul. Purdue has done a great job drawing the charge. That time, Kirchhoff pays the price. Crawford picks up the foul. That'll be his second.
There was a case in point that illustrates what we've talked about throughout this game, Tom. The lack of experience in the Big Ten by Michigan and the fifth-year senior leadership of Cardinal. The freshman Crawford leaves his feet with nowhere to go. Cardinal's there to rotate over, take the charge, make them pay, regain possession for the Boilermakers.
No matter how good your freshmen are, it is really tough in the Big Ten when you're freshman dominating. Remember the Fab Five? There may never be a better group of freshmen. They only finished third in the Big Ten as freshmen. And Michigan is starting 3 freshmen here today, whereas Purdue has 5 seniors that have played. Tough to beat that senior experience in the Big Ten. This is one of them. Cornell rimming the 3. The freshman Blanchard with a rebound. Open is Groninger, and the native of Plainfield, just outside Indianapolis, had to get 55 tickets for family and friends today, and he gets a big triple here in his backyard. His first points, Gavin Groninger. And Michigan has climbed back to within 1. Cornell lost it, but he was bumped. And that already is the 8th team foul on Michigan. So Purdue in the bonus the rest of the way. Purdue has only committed 2 team fouls.
And that's been created by a couple of things, Tom. Most notably, their shooting percentage has gone up, and they've been able to get into the shooting foul shooting bonus because of one thing. They've attacked the rim much more effectively with the dribble drive and with passing and other forms of penetration than they did in the first half, which has led to the foul trouble that Michigan finds themselves in with a little bit under 9 minutes to go.
Cornell is 63% free throw shooter and makes the first. Cornell with 6 points all in this half. Gene Katie off the bench, getting physical out there, and Katie wants it to be stopped. Gene Katie was saying yesterday how much he really likes this team. And he said the players like each other. And he says, I don't want to ever go through what I went through last year. Not only 7 and 9 in the Big Ten, but guys complaining, bickering. He said it wasn't any fun. He goes, I won't put up with it ever again.
And chemistry is not something that you can just manufacture. It's earned by hard work. And the thing you brought up earlier, the players taking control of the team and getting themselves together, is reflected in the way they performed so far this season to date.
Purdue leading by 3, 8:35 to play. Smith dribbled the ball off his foot, but he was held out front. 3rd team foul on Purdue. And it's called on McQuay. It's his first. This Purdue ball club has got a chance to make some noise in the Big Ten. You mentioned they beat Florida, then they got beat by Ball State. And we've seen a little of that today. Rough first half, they played well this half, but Aslan has cut into that Purdue lead with that dunk.
Nice ball reversal. Aslan able to get the Purdue defender on his hip. Good lead pass. Allows him to catch and gather the momentum going to the rim and finish with the jam.
So Purdue with a 1-point lead. We near the 8-minute mark. Cornell inside, lost the handle. Aslan up with it for the Wolverines. And Michigan a chance to regain the lead, but Groninger traveled. So we've got a timeout here at Mackey Arena. Josh Aslan with a big dunk to pull the Wolverines back to within 1 with 7:48 to play.
BMW Dynamic Stability Control, may I help you?
I think I'm starting to skid here.
Okay, where are you?
The right rear, the right rear!
Sir, just calm down. Right rear. How's that?
Oh, that's nice.
Anything else?
Nope, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you for calling BMW DSC.
BMW Dynamic Stability Control. It's here to help. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. See your authorized BMW center for a test drive.
Why are business travelers choosing Sleep Inn? The well-lit grounds, the electronic locks, the walk-in showers, complimentary breakfast. Because it's a place that understands the needs of the business traveler. It's all those things. Plus the service.
Hey, knock it off.
Is incredible. If you're traveling on business, stay at Sleep Inn, in a class by itself.
Hey there, time for a holiday. So switch off your computers and take a national holiday with National Car Rental. Spend some time with National Heroes. Or visit a national treasure. Join the National Football League. Or take your kids to a national park. But wherever you go, National will get you there fast. Because with hundreds of locations nationwide, it's hard to find a place that's not a national city. Whoa! National Car Rental. What are you waiting for? Let's go!
Back at the Big Ten studios, checking on Conference USA. UNC Charlotte DePaul tied at 75. The Blue Demons getting second and third opportunities on the offensive end. And finally, Quentin Richardson tips it in. And look at that, DePaul beating UNC Charlotte 77-75. Tom, I guess big players make big plays, huh?
Boy, you're right, Mike. And Quentin Richardson's one of the best in the country, only a sophomore. Here at Mackey Arena, Purdue leading Michigan 58-57. With Sean Morris, this is Tom Hamilton. Glad you could join us on what is a terrific Big Ten opener for the Boilermakers. Michigan lost its opener at Minnesota Wednesday night. Purdue with a 1-point lead, 7:40 to play. It was Michigan leading by 4 at halftime. $15 on the shot clock. Michigan still playing good defense. Cunningham, tough shot, hit the side of the backboard. Aslan ahead to Smith. Smith, a one-man break. Missed the layup. Aslan the rebound. Aslan off the glass, got the roll.
Aslan has given them a big lift offensively here in the second half. Done a great job of attacking the glass on the roll to the rim and right there with the offensive rebound and stick back.
Aslan has 10 points. Michigan with 4 players in double figures, and they turn over the Boilermakers. And Michigan back up by 1, under 7 minutes to play, and these young freshmen are growing up in a hurry. You can't open in 2 tougher buildings than Williams Arena and Mackey Arena. Aslan the turnaround. And it belongs to whom?
Josh Aslan has really been a force. You see right there, nice 2-man game, rolls to the rim. Right here, he once again slips the screen. One more time. No, that's not the same play. That's 3 different plays, but great interior feeds and a good job by Aslan of finding the roll to the rim.
Well, Value City Big Ten basketball, as today's Big Ten game is brought to you by Value City. It's a Big Ten corporate partner. 59-58, Michigan with a lead. 6:25 to play. Purdue with the ball. Cornell in trouble. Lewis helps out.
And Michigan's abandoned that zone that they used so effectively in the first half for a man-to-man defense that the last 4 or 5 possessions have been very effective.
And another miss. Crawford ahead to Gaines. Fouled. He'll shoot 2. Gaines hits the deck, but the freshman out of Las Vegas will go to the line to shoot a pair, and he's a 70% free throw shooter.
Well, Tom, I've been very impressed with the way Crawford has run the break. Nice decisions in the open floor. Good job of running the floor by Gaines. Crawford finds him. They filled the lanes very, very well. Nice break in the transition right there by Michigan.
So this freshman, Kevin Gaines, averages 13 a game. He only has 2 points today. And he gives Michigan a 2-point lead with 6:06 to play. And Chad Kirchhoff is back in for Purdue. Maynard Lewis out. He mentioned Crawford running the floor. 7 assists with his 11 points. Michigan 4 in double figures today. Wolverines 9-3 on the year. But this is only their 3rd road game. And they lost both times badly at Boston College and at Minneapolis. But a different story in West Lafayette. A 3-point Michigan lead after Purdue had seemingly taken control of this game.
Yeah, they really had a chance to deliver a knockout blow, it looked like, to this young Michigan team. But to their credit, they've stuck with it. Came off to a great start in the first half.
Cardinal the miss. Smith the rebound. Purdue getting 1 shot and out. Smith, tough shot. And it belongs to Michigan. Well, let's check out our sleep-in game summary.
Blanchard, we talked about him, 14 points. Cardinal, what doesn't show up there is the leadership he showed as Purdue was able to overcome that halftime deficit and crawl back into it.
Who steps up in the final 5.5 minutes? That will determine who is the winner in West Lafayette. 20 on the shot clock. This is Crawford. The other freshman, Blanchard. Jump stop, jump shot, rolls out of there. Rebound yanked out of there. Cornell fouled in the backcourt. That's 19 fouls on Michigan. Brian Ellerby urges on his young Wolverine club. Well, let's check out our Dynegy Power Stat. Dynegy, America's dynamic energy company and a proud sponsor of Big Ten basketball.
A lot of those rebounds from Michigan, Tom, have been on the offensive end as they've gotten second and third chance scoring opportunities. Aslan's been a big factor there. The 17 turnovers have come in bunches. There have been periods where they played very, very well, and then when Purdue was able to crawl back into it, it came as a result of careless, lackluster performance by the point of the Michigan guards, which allowed Purdue transition opportunities.
Cornell earns the bonus. 2-point Michigan lead. Gene Cady in his 20th year in West Lafayette. Got his first real coaching break, he said, when he went to Arkansas to be an assistant under Eddie Sutton. Cornell makes them both. And Purdue now down 1. They've gone 3 minutes without scoring before those free throws. 1-point game. Michigan with a lead in the ball. 5:10 to play. Crawford is stripped. And the basketball belongs to Michigan. Brian Cardinal. What else is new? He was on the floor hustling again. 8 times now he's been on the floor for those of you keeping score at home.
Crawford tries to break down Purdue off the dribble, and it's loose.
That guy, when he hangs it up, will never have to worry about looking in the mirror knowing that he gave every ounce of what he had to offer. 10 on the shot clock. This is Gaines out front against Kirchhoff. 6 on the shot clock. Gaines driving. Gaines scoop shot. In and out. Cornell the rebound. And Purdue a chance to regain the lead with 4:40 to play. Kirchhoff, the former walk-on. A screen by Cardinal. Cornell driving. Kick out Cardinal. Pass inside. Intercepted. Poor pass. Crawford lost the handle. Cardinal on the floor. Called a timeout when sliding on the ground. He and Aslan ready to get into it. And quickly separated by Tom Rucker. Good job by Tom Rucker. Boy, Cardinal was really hot. He thought Aslan took a cheap shot at him.
Yeah, great job of officiating right there, Tom, because this had the potential to get kind of ugly. On the loose ball right here, Cardinal gets on the deck. Now watch him call timeout, turns to the official. It's recognized. Then Aslan comes in over the top. He gets him in with a knee in the head. Cardinal very smart, not going after the other player, but the officials do a good job of breaking up. Watch him come in here, and then he turns over his shoulder, and Tom Rucker, the official over there, calls it.
Wow. Brian Cardinal. An alert timeout to keep possession of the ball. Look at that. Purdue has not had a field goal now in 6 minutes.
That's not a drought. That's a famine.
Well, we've got a big weekend coming up for you next weekend. On Saturday, a triple header. And it gets started with Iowa and Penn State from State College, followed by Wisconsin and Purdue. Wisconsin a huge win today against Illinois. And then it's capped off by Minnesota and Indiana, and the Hoosiers off to a great start. Underneath, another travel. This time on Mike Robinson. And the senior out of Peoria, much to the dismay of Gene Cady, turns it over. Well, we've seen that look for a lot of years from Gene Cady. You never have to guess how Gene Cady is feeling. Crawford off the screen. Rebound Aslan. Oh, is that a big board?
He has been a big story for them, just as Chris Young was on the front line for Michigan in the first half. Aslan has done the very same for them here in the second.
Michigan by 1. Aslan fouled inside. It's only 5 team fouls on Purdue, but that should be a shooting foul. Cornell, his second foul.
Good interior feed right here. Once again, good post position by Aslan. Nice catch in traffic. Got the smaller Cardinal on his hip. And once that happens, the defender is done.
Now, Josh Aslan, a 6'11" junior out of Carroll, Michigan, is a 66% free throw shooter. He'll get a pair, and he now has 11 points. 2-point Michigan lead, 3:45 left for Mackey Arena. Two big free throws for Josh Aslan. Michigan with a 3-point lead. And we've got a great finish coming up.
Hey, Ray, those brake pads really did the trick.
Great.
I got a couple more things I need. Do you think you have these?
Think? No problem. Hey, Jeff, can you get these for Dan?
I'm on it. Hey, Dan, here you go. Anything else?
No, I think this'll do it.
All right, great.
Thanks, guys.
Not as fast as Charlotte.
Yeah, I know. I was a little slow in that turn at aisle 3.
Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people.
Listen, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. Crossed the deserts bare, man. I breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma. Travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Citgo, you know me.
Welcome back to Mackey Arena. Michigan with a 3-point lead. And Sean, not surprisingly, we've got another terrific ball game here in the Big Ten on the opening week.
You're absolutely right. And you have to be impressed with the way Michigan came in and played with a great deal of composure early on in the game, kept themselves in, took a halftime lead, and have maintained it. That's why we're in the position we are now after the performance they had on Wednesday night.
So now let's see. Will it be the senior experience of Purdue, or can the young freshman win on the road in one of the toughest arenas in college basketball? Cardinal down low. He found McQuay inside, and he scores.
Great strength by McQuay. That dribble actually took him out of position. He had to jump back into play and score with his right hand in traffic.
1-point game. Michigan with the ball in the lead. 3:20 to play. This is Aslan against Cardinal. Aslan overlaid, followed by Blanchard. That freshman with 16, and Michigan back up by 3. Cunningham on the fake, now in trouble. Cunningham in deep trouble, turnaround jumper, in and out, followed by McQuay. 1-point game, Michigan up with the ball, 2:50 to play. Brandon Smith. Crawford passed up the shot. He was bumped out front by Mike Robinson. 6th team foul.
And there you might have seen a little bit of the residual effect of that ankle injury as he was not able to move over quickly laterally and cut off the path to the basket by Crawford. 2nd foul on Robinson, who said yesterday the ankle hurts most on defense because of that movement that you talked about, Sean. Said offensively it really wasn't hampering him. Michigan still with a 1-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go. On the shot clock. This is Gaines against Cunningham. Gaines in trouble. Stolen by Cardinal. It belongs to Purdue. Again, Brian Cardinal in the middle of things. Wherever the ball is, you'll soon find Brian Cardinal. Well, what he did right there, Thomas, he rotated over defensively as Gaines is able to turn the corner on Crawford. And then Cardinal, a nice job of slipping back into the passing angle, deflecting it. Purdue will regain possession. 19 turnovers on Michigan. And a whistle away from the ball. And an offensive foul, I believe, a moving screen. It is on McQuay, who's not happy with the call. Gene Katie is not relaxing, folks, believe me. And that'll put both clubs in the bonus the rest of the way. Crawford at the line. A 91% free throw shooter on the year. Today he is 2 for 3.
He has 11 points, this fine freshman out of the Seattle, Washington area. Boy, oh boy. Big-time free throws. 2-point Michigan lead.
We talked earlier about how impressed we were with the way he was conducting the offense and good decision-making, particularly in the open floor. He's done a nice job of running the break and freeing up his teammates for jump shots and converts 2 big free throws right there.
The Michigan coaches were saying that those kids really got an eye-opener Wednesday night. How much more you've got to take your game to another level when the Big Ten play begins. And today they've done that, and Cunningham just knocked himself into a turnover. And Michigan with a 3-point lead in the ball and 1:47 to go. 15 turnovers on the Boilermakers, and Michigan with a chance here to get some breathing room. Blanchard. This is Crawford. 20 on the shot clock. This is Brandon Smith with 1.5 minutes to play. Shot clock. Crawford. Baseline jumper. Too strong. Aslan a foul. He went over the back of Cardinal. And that's a double bonus situation. Cardinal will shoot 2. 4th foul on Aslan.
Nice patience in the half-court set by Michigan. But Purdue responds with good individual straight-up defense, forcing a shot by Crawford. Then watch the block out by Cardinal, forcing Aslan to come over the top.
Cardinals 7 for 7 at the line. 15 points today, 10 this half for the senior out of the Champaign-Urbana, Illinois area. And now we have a timeout called by Michigan. Gene Cady is furious, saying that was not to be allowed. We were ready to shoot the free throws. Oh, is Cady hot? That's the gentleman, Zelton Steve, that called the technical on Cardinal in the first half. And Cady, who didn't make the Pittsburgh Steelers football team, so when he went to high school to coach, there were no football jobs available. He was very upset. Had to become a high school coach, and now he's one of the best college coaches in the business. And you look at what is left here down the stretch. Double bonus time now for the Purdue Boilermakers. 10 fouls on Michigan. Michigan will be in the 1-and-1 the rest of the way, and as you saw, each team pretty good situation timeout-wise.
They're a good situation. They can play the clock.
Brandon Smith and Josh Aslan from Michigan are both playing with 4 personal fouls. Cardinals 7 for 7 at the line. Will get a pair. 67-64 Michigan, 1:17 to play. And Gene Cady is now really livid because the timeout, he feels, had a bearing on that free throw. Cardinal with 16 points, 11 this half. Michigan with the ball. A 2-point lead, 1:15 to play. Wolverines have played with great poise here all day long. 15 on the shot clock. Smith to Aslan. Great fake, but he's called for traveling. 20th turnover on Michigan, and that's a critical one. With under a minute to go, Purdue calls a timeout. And now Brian Ellerby not happy. So Purdue down 2 with 54 seconds remaining. This is shades of what you fans saw earlier today from Madison when Wisconsin came from behind to stun Illinois in the waning seconds.
And with the score being 67-65, look for Purdue out of this timeout to go inside because of the foul trouble the Michigan faces on the front line. They can score either going to the rim or draw the foul.
Boy, what a way to open up our weekend Big Ten package with this doubleheader. As you look at our BMW ultimate drive of the game.
This play in the first half as Michigan was really starting to assert itself. The senior, Brian Cardinal, steps in the passing lane, takes the length, converts, draws the foul.
So you saw the BMW ultimate drive of the game, Brian Cardinal, with a huge second half. And Purdue down 2 with 46 seconds remaining. They look for Cardinal. He's double teamed. He finds McQuaid. Blocked from behind. Robinson up with it. Scores with the left hand to tie it.
And Purdue goes right inside as we thought they would. Not able to convert, but because of the foul trouble, Michigan had to give some slack.
There's about a 4-second difference on the shot clock and game clock. Tie game. Michigan calls a timeout. 21 seconds remaining. 18 on the shot clock. What do you do if you're Brian Ellerby?
Well, right now, with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, they don't need to obviously attack the rim immediately, but they've been very effective, Tom, with a little bit of a two-man game where the post player will come out to the elbow area, and either Crawford or Gaines will dribble off of it and then roll to the rim. Look for a little two-man screen and roll right here. And then we talked in the last possession about the importance of Purdue going inside, which they do. Both Cardinal and McQuaid not able to convert, but Robinson comes in and cleans up.
Bad ankle and all. Mike Robinson with his 6th point. There you look. Purdue's in the double bonus the rest of the way. Michigan's in the 1-and-1. Michigan has only 1 timeout remaining. Purdue has 2, and the possession arrow favors the Boilermakers. Well, don't forget that you can get information on your favorite Big Ten team after this one. Why not go online at www.big10.org for all the basketball and conference news from around the Big Ten. Again, 21 seconds remaining, 18 on the shot clock, game tied. Everybody on their feet at Mackey Arena. Kevin Gaines out front with the ball, 10 on the shot clock. Gives to Crawford, 6 on the shot clock. This is Crawford for the lead. Had it deflected. Purdue's basketball. We've got a timeout called by the Boilermakers. 3.2 seconds remaining.
Great individual defensive effort by 2 Purdue players. Forced a very quick shot, which allows them to come in and clean up. Great straight-up defense. Michigan was not able to get into any kind of set. I thought they might bring out a high post guy and roll him to the rim. They just weren't able to get that accomplished. Look at Robinson right here. Goes up and contests, able to get that inside hand on it.
Well, Mike Robinson has come up big down the stretch. His bucket tied the game. His defense gives Purdue the ball. And Mike Robinson, one of those seniors. It may sound redundant, but boy, that really is a big factor when you get to this point of a game.
Well, an outstanding job of using that inside hand or left hand to block that shot. Did not come across the body with the right hand, and most importantly, obeyed the cardinal rule of defense at this point. Contest, but don't molest. You don't want to send them to the foul line, particularly with the shot clock winding down as it was.
Mike Robinson really wants to go on in a big way. He was one of the most highly recruited kids ever. Well, we've got a tough act to follow next Saturday with a triple header after this doubleheader today. Iowa and Penn State. Nittany Lions tough at home. Steve Alford, first year at Iowa. And that next game should be a dandy here at Mackey Arena.
Well, strap it on, because that's going to be a very, very physical game. 2 teams that really play hard on both ends of the floor and lock it up defensively. And then Minnesota going on the road against a team in Indiana that I think has surprised a lot of people with the transfer of record. I think a lot of people thought offensively they might struggle, but they've gone back, as we've seen Purdue do as well, to the type of hard-nosed defense that built the reputations of their program.
Hope you're enjoying this one from West Lafayette. Purdue the length of the court to travel. Robinson, long baseball pass to Cardinal, deflected. Michigan's ball. Crawford lets it fly. We've got overtime. 5 more minutes to go from Mackey Arena. Overtime coming up as Purdue and Michigan tied at 67. We'll be right back.
The inspiration for the new LeSabre didn't just come from a research center or design facility. It also came from your family. Introducing the all-new 2000 LeSabre, re-engineered with more safety features than any other car in its class. The new 2000 LeSabre by Buick.
game is tied at 67-67 overtime. The Michigan Wolverines do have a couple of problems. Aslan and Smith each with 4 fouls. What do the Wolverines need to do in this extra session?
Well, they need to come out and start this overtime as they did the start of the game by maintaining their composure and not taking quick shots. That's when they've gotten into trouble. And conversely, Purdue, they have to continue to do what has gotten them back in the game, particularly in the last 4 or 5 minutes, and exploit the foul trouble that Michigan has along that front line. Keep pounding it inside and score and or go to the foul line.
So here we go. 5 minutes here in the overtime. Each team gets an additional timeout. Foul situation, you just pick up where you left off. So Purdue's in the double bonus the rest of the way. Michigan's in the 1-and-1. Ready to get it going here in overtime. Michigan and Purdue. Well, apropos, it was overtime in the Big Ten tournament last March in Chicago, and Michigan knocked out Purdue. Purdue would go on, though, to earn a berth in the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. So the opening tip of overtime is controlled by the Wolverines. Brandon Smith, Kevin Gaines, Jamal Blanchard, Lavelle Blanchard, Jamal Crawford, and Josh Aslan. Again, Aslan and Smith with 4 fouls each. It's Cornell, Robinson, Cardinal, McQuay, and Cunningham for Purdue.
Well, McQuay and Aslan really doing battle down on the block.
Crawford for 3. Aslan inside, thought he was fouled. And we have a whistle. Who's it on? It was getting plenty rough inside.
I think they got Cardinal.
Yep. That'll be his 3rd.
Aslan really been the story along the front line for Michigan here in the second half, trying to hold position. He and McQuay really locked up. Then on the ball reversal, the jumper not good, but able to get his hip right in there, go up, draw the foul from Cardinal.
And Aslan will shoot a pair, trying to break the tie. 2 for 2 at the line. Aslan misses the first. Aslan, a 66% free throw shooter, has played well today. A 1-point Michigan lead here in overtime.
Michigan staying man.
Boy, they played all zone in the first half. Cunningham, tough shot, but he drew a foul as he penetrated. 2 free throws coming up. Let's see who it's on. That's the key now. Both teams 12 of 15 at the line, and this is where Purdue has had a big advantage all season. Purdue has made more free throws than their opponents have shot, but not today. And a pair for Cunningham. Game time. Cunningham, a 78% free throw shooter.
I haven't heard churches that quiet when a guy's up there shooting a foul shot.
Carson Cunningham having another solid game. He's 2 for 2 at the line. So he has 15. Brian Cardinal has 16. And McQuay has 10. 3 in double figures for Purdue. Michigan with 4 in double figures. Headed by Blanchard with 16, and a bad pass by Smith. Crawford cut one way, and Smith threw it the other. We are with you from Mackey Arena today in West Lafayette. Overtime, as the Michigan Wolverines and the Purdue Boilermakers have played at Andy with Sean Morris. I'm Tom Hamilton. And on the drive, Cunningham fouled. Do they count the basket? No. The foul before the shot. But again, double bonus. He'll get a pair. Purdue up 69-68, 3:57 remaining.
And that's the second time in 2 possessions Cunningham was able to create space, then almost a takedown from behind by Gaines, as Cunningham was able to, once you get your shoulder by the defender, Tom, you completely